Welcome to Ecomm Cowboy. This is D2C's daily show where we believe ads are not bad. They're awesome. Ignorance is expensive, and the American dream is alive and well on the wild, wild web. It is Monday, June 22nd. Oh, my microphone's off? You gotta be kidding me. How did that happen? My mic is off right now? No way. Is that the case? Wow. I guess we better bring Colin Doherty in here while I fix this thing. I don't know how this happened. Wow. Well, I'm on it. I'm on it. Time to fix it.
Let's go. The prodigal son returns. Take Chris out of here. Take him out of here. Take him out. Get him out of here. What's up? Welcome back to Ecomm Cowboy. The prodigal son comes over and takes over the show from Chris Hall. He's trying to get some stuff together. I took it over. I'm excited. Ads are awesome. Ignorance is expensive. And the American dream is alive and well in the wild web. We have so many stories for you today. Snap specs versus Anduril Glasses. Palmer Luckey is looking extra cool with some swag today. I need to take some notes on to get some swag from him at all times. Anthropic AI rapidly entering near all NSA classified systems, report says. Pretty wild, pretty unbelievable. I still can't get it to correctly say how many fingers I'm holding up, but somebody else has a different model. Pat McAfee invests in jams. We'd love to see that. We'd love to see him get a bag. Evan Spiegel's ears may be actually good. Specs aren't actually too heavy. We're going to dive more into that. We have Joe Fox, the founder of ShotPay, on as well. We have Jamil as well, the head of growth and the co-founder of Otherhalf Studio. We're really excited to get into all of this, guys. We're really excited.
Bring me in. Bring me in.
Yeah,
can we hear me now? Can we hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you, but I just finished the intro, dude, and it's really good to have you here.
Wow.
Good to have you here. And I guess we'll jump to the current thing now that you got your situation fixed.
Now that I'm situated,
Jeez.
I don't know who was trying to stop us. Somebody out there on the interwebs was trying to hack this show and turn my mic off. Mythos. It was Mythos or Mythos.
Methinks.
It was Mythos. Methinks it was Mythos. I would like to start today's show with a little conspiracy. One would is it? I would just call it more information on the current situation that everybody was talking about last week with Snap and their specs. Okay, this came out over the weekend. I know everybody was hating on how heavy Evan Spiegel's glasses were, the specs and how they looked and all the things. I considered a great step forward, and we need to have Evan on the show. But new information here. Evan Spiegel says, "What do you mean? That's just what my ear looks like." Everybody was always, look how heavy. Oh, his ears are getting crushed. Okay. Twist of the century here brought to us via Ben Lang. His ears are just like a little funny shaped. I mean, I don't want to call them funny, but they look like they're getting crushed regardless of what is on his head. And I bring this up because this is important, and a new challenger has actually entered into the AR, augmented reality, facial computer on my face, on my eyelids game. And despite the kerfuffle and conjecture on the timeline last week, perhaps everyone just got misled by the weight of the specs simply because Evan's ears are shaped in such a way that it naturally looks like perhaps the specs were crushing his ears. Is this fair, Colin? I want to underline this because specs is bringing forth a great development of us all having computers on our faces instead of our hands and in our pockets. Your thoughts on this? Am I crazy?
You're not crazy, but I just think this is a clear oversight from Snap. I mean, in no way during the pre-show, he had these on his ears, and no one from his team said, hey, these might not look great on you because your ears are a little messed up from potentially fighting and cauliflower ear. It's kind of crazy. That like
no,
it's like
not
kind of
cauliflower
crazy. And no, it's not that to that level, but it's kind of crazy. No one in his camp was like, "Hey, just to let you know, like this doesn't look like 100% like probably our best foot forward with this." So kind of weird. Maybe, and I want to reinstate this again. We said this on the show. I don't think he was the best person to be the model for this moving forward.
No.
I understand that he has to be, kind of, but he should have been surrounded by like 6 or 7 people that were super handsome and or gorgeous that are also wearing the glasses as well.
And Evan's good looking guy. I mean,
Good
I'm
looking
not,
guy.
no shade. Evan, good
No
looking guy.
shade.
Okay.
GQ model?
No shade there. But Jack Harlow looks like
Swag.
a G when he wears
Swag.
them.
Lot
He's
of swag.
swagged up. And maybe people will call me millennial coded when I say that. And that's fine, because I am, baby. Greatest generation to ever come forth from America. Okay, I'm a little much right now. But surround him with Jack Harlow and Jimmy Butler and whoever else, was wearing the specs in that black and white AI Vibey magazine shoot that they had. The tweet that I was referencing here that went mega nuclear last week was from Autism Capital, great account. Autism Capital. They're saying here that feeling when your glasses are so heavy that they give you cauliflower ear. Okay, he just has a little, he has his ears. Okay, I just bring this up to say, like, maybe not so crushed, maybe not so just giant weight upon the face that's uncomfortable. That may have been a little misleading. I'm bringing it up here. I want to show the good people. If you're listening right now and you cannot see, you should look. And I think an astute statement on your part. We need more models, more people in the room
100%.
wearing such that there's no misleading on how this affects one's ears when one wears it. Interesting alongside this over the weekend that developed a new entrance into the AR war that is about to take place. This from Anduril Observer, compare and contrast. Okay, we've got the specs on one side with Evan Spiegel. We have got what looks to be a new Anduril entrant here to the game. Palmer Luckey's version of the specs. And I believe this next tweet, producer Jack, is going to give us a close-up here. Can you zoom in on his face?
Gotta see these.
We need to see these things up close.
Gotta see these.
Producer Jack, bring up the tweet if you have to. What I will say, as Jack brings this up, much more aviator-ish, okay?
Yeah.
It does. I do think there's like no question how much is this like weight bearing on my face. There's like no question about it. Yeah, can you zoom in, producer Jack? We need a little more zoom on this guy.
Zoom. There we go. Let's bump it. Keep going.
Yeah, we need more bump. We got to see that thing. Oh gosh. Anyway, the point here is a much lighter weight. Looks like the camera is right in the middle instead of on the sides. And this thing looks like Tom Cruise is going to be wearing it in the next version of Top Gun.
Tom Gunn
is my point.
Tom Gunn Cruise Top.
It looks like Cruise Top is going to be wearing this in Tom Hanks' Toy Story Maverick. No, it looks like Tom Cruise should be wearing these in the next version of Top Gun. They look incredible. I don't know if they're going to be available for consumer, though.
I don't even know if they're going to be available for consumer. It might just be for him. I'll tell you this right now. If Anduril decides to get into consumer tech for glasses, it's over. It's already over. What they build already for wearables and headsets for the military and applications for SEAL Team 6 and all of the private sectors, you can basically see through walls.
Yeah.
You can switch through night vision, through heat thermal sensor. You can do something with like vibrations and echoes that's like Batman-esque, where you can just like hear the echoes and
that's
noises.
what I want. That is what I want.
it like makes a shape of like a person based just off of echoes. If Anduril and Palmer Luckey decides to get into consumer, and also let's remember he's been doing this for fun for a little bit. He's been bringing back some fun consumer just for giggles, for some giggles,
just for kicks.
If he decides to get into the AR consumer headset game, it's over. It's over. They're going to win by a country mile.
And here's what I'll say, Palmer Luckey. Hey, love what you did with NASCAR over the weekend. Very cool. Very cool.
Swag.
Not even sure why you need to do that. And that's what made it even cooler. Okay.
Also, just wears swagged out short sleeve Hawaiian shirts all the time as a CEO.
All the time.
Swag.
And that's how I like my billionaires to be swagged out is, you know, like Tom Selleck from the 80s wearing the Hawaiian shirt. That's what I like. I like that. I dig it. And I will say this, make the Mythos, make the Mythos version of these glasses for SEAL Team 6. Give me the Fable. I want the Fable. Give us the Fable version that we can put ads on. All right. Give me the Fable version that we can like run ads on, see through walls, feel like Batman with. That would be a great win for everybody in consumer, everybody in e-commerce, make $1 trillion. Okay.
Yeah.
Plus everything is an ad network. Okay. Let's go ahead and develop the Anduril ad network.
Crazy.
And we'll put ads on everybody's eyeballs. That's what I'm for. That's what I'm advocating for here. There's a huge consumer play and a huge ad network play. Palmer Luckey also, you know, keep the Mythos version for SEAL Team 6. It goated.
Yeah. Also crazy for him to just have his own one-of-one private classes. Yeah. Just like imagine showing up to a meeting and negotiating with him and he's just staring at you and you're like, I have no clue what he sees. And just out of nowhere during the meeting, he's just like, Jarvis, tell me this guy's heartbeat. And you're like, I don't even know if the glasses can do that or not, but you know what I mean? The glasses don't even need to do that.
I see your thoughts. I see inside your brain. I see the molecular network of electricity happening across your cranium right now.
You're like, I don't even know what the glasses do, but like, this is so intimidating. He's like,
yeah, it is.
Nice. Are you still at? And then he just pulls up your actual address. He's like, awesome. I just shipped you a package. Great. And you're like, oh my God, this is horrifying. We need to get this done.
He should have taken those glasses into the Mafia episode that they just dropped.
Oh my gosh.
He should have worn those things inside of there and told everybody, I know who's lying all the time because I'm wearing these glasses.
I think it would have blown up too much. I feel like he's too low key for that.
I like Palmer Luckey. I'm a fan. Yeah. And I totally dig Mod Retro. And Palmer, we need to see these glasses available in Fable version for consumer. Let us run the ads upon them and make $1 gazillion. Big fans of this move here on the show, and we're here for it. We're here for it. Moving forward to stories of the day, ladies and gentlemen. A few tech problems. They're not going to keep us down. They're not going to keep us down. Moving forward to stories of the day, ladies and gentlemen, let's talk about the one and only PostScript. Focus is an amazing thing, is it not? Yes, it is. When one focuses, you get outsized results. And that's why when people make the switch from whatever SMS tool partner they're using to PostScript, they see on average a plus 22% increase in SMS revenue. Now, I didn't see that. I saw a whole lot more. We went from making very little money on SMS to being a top 1% account on their entire platform inside of a year. And the way that I did that was I just listened to what they said and did that. And what they are saying is that you're leaving a ton of money on the table when your customers text you back. Go get the conversation report direct to consumer.co/the conversation report. Their AI shopper can have one-to-one conversations with all of your brands, all of your customers at scale. Brand voice, appropriate brand knowledge, appropriate. Nate Lagos came on this show. He turned on AI shopper, made an extra $17K in one day while he was offline at the Jack Daniels distillery. Many thanks to PostScript for being part of this show. Go get on their AI shopper. It is a no-brainer. Moving forward. Actually, Anthropic's Mythos, Terminator 2-ish-esque, a real thing. Because apparently it hacked into all of the NSA within hours. Okay.
It's like so scary.
So scary. Situation update. For those who don't know, NSA is like the part of the government that, I think knows what everybody's saying at all times.
They have like the most secure secrets ever.
Yeah. Like they know what you had for lunch last Thursday.
Yeah.
Situation update. This is from MTS Live here, monitoring the situation on June 11th. Anthropic's Mythos broke into almost all, quote, broke into almost all, end quote, NSA and U.S. Cyber Command classified systems within hours, per The Economist. Senate Intelligence Committee Vice Chair Mark Warner cited the claim from General Joshua Rudd, who leads both agencies. Good for General Rudd leading both agencies. But apparently there's something to it here. Mythos has hacked into everything. Maybe that's why they took away our Fable. Maybe we will get Fable back. Polymarket had this to say moving forward here, producer Jack. NSA confirms Mythos broke into almost all of our classified systems, not in weeks, but in hours. Okay. I mean, it's pretty powerful. Okay, so NSA confirms, yes, this did happen. Did not happen over a long period, literally only took a few hours. And Shashank Joshi, who apparently this came forth from, confirms this. This now widely circulated claim is based on a line I wrote last week. I accurately quoted Mark Warner, vice chair of the Senate Intelligence Committee, saying that the NSA chief had told him that Mythos broke into almost all our classified systems, not in weeks, but in hours. But he does clarify here, it would be a mistake to read that literally, I think, he says. It surely depends on using Mythos alongside other tools under very particular conditions. I quoted it to give a sense of Mythos's potency, but it was a mistake not to have added caveats. But truth here, truth.
100%.
This is actual. This actually happened. This was not made up at all. And before we move forward and keep talking, this kind of crazy. Your thoughts on this?
Yeah. So, I mean, does that mean that Dario knows everything that the NSA has? I want to like kind of peel back a layer to this where it's like, so then does Anthropic know everything about the NSA in theory?
You got to wonder.
So then,
I don't know.
So then my question would then be, who is scarier? The NSA, our government, or Anthropic?
I mean, what you have to wonder. You gotta wonder. Or is it, government now equipped with Terminator 2 capabilities?
But the thing, what we just iterated though is like, and I'm going to put a little tinfoil hat on here. Hypothetically, Anthropic could basically just have all of NSA's secrets almost instantly, and not like a blackmailing tool, but like, hey, like we know everything you just did for the last 150, 200 years. Like we know all of the secrets of all the politicians. We know where everyone's stationed. We know what everybody's code name is. We know it all. Like we have all of this stored locally in Anthropic now. That's like kind of insane.
It's insane.
Yeah.
And this is particularly of noteworthy inside our community because just about all of our marketers, operators, et cetera, everybody's Claude pilled. There's a substantial amount of the community now that's like, don't get bought into one LLM or one AI frontier lab. Use build your own brain inside of Obsidian. That way you can switch models this way and that and go local, etc. But of note here, because everybody's been using Claude to the max to be the one-man marketer, the one-man marketing team, etc. I think this is interesting. Obviously, I want my Fable. Because the more powerful it is, the more powerful I can be in what I'm doing. I'd like to not have the Terminator 2 powers. I think they're obviously they exist. I think what was floated from Mark Andreessen. Several. This is not to be political, but what was floated by him and has been iterated and mentioned several times was that in previous years, the thought or the formal strategy from inside of the White House at the time was, hey, we are going to don't worry about AI development, whatever, starting your own things. We're going to own these, and we are going to deem a couple of companies to be the ones who carry this forth, and we're going to have our hand in it the whole time. I don't want to get into all of that simply because it's not my area of expertise, but it was mentioned. And who knows? That may be the case in the future. There's been other politicians that have floated hey, we need to be taking profits for the country from these frontier AI labs who are going to control the world. It's interesting to say the least. And on top of this, apparently a Japanese AI startup has just matched Claude, Fable 5, and Mythos performance. This came out over the weekend from Bull Theory. Japanese AI lab just launched Fugu, a model trained to command other models. Sakana AI, Tokyo-based AI startup, was co-founded by researchers, including one of the authors of the original Transformer paper, the blueprint that basically every AI model today is built on. Sakana Fugu is a multi-agent AI system that feels like a single model, automatically orchestrating specialized models behind one AI endpoint. Fugu Ultra is claimed to match Anthropic's Fable 5 and Mythos preview on the hardest engineering science reasoning benchmarks, and to beat Gemini 3.1 Pro, Opus 4.8, and GPT 5.5 on tasks like auto research, mechanical design, and financial forecasting. Everyone's racing to scale one giant model, but Fugu flips it, an LLM that orchestrates a pool of the world's best models, choosing who does what, delegating, verifying, and merging it into one answer, even calling itself recursively. Think of it as a conductor. I think this is interesting, and it's a good point that everybody has brought up. Hey, don't get bought into one model, one lab, etc. I have not tried this, but if it can match and exceed Mythos and Fable 5, great. I'm interested, not for taking over the globe, but for making better ads and writing good copy and all of these simple things. I feel like this is just going to continue to happen, and eventually we're going to have the world's best advertisers at our fingertips, if one can orchestrate them neatly and concisely. It's kind of crazy to me how this space has continued to develop.
Yeah, it's getting pretty wild now, where I feel like we're going to enter into this realm of model versus model. And I mean, quite literally, the other models are going to be upset about new models are launching. And so then they're just going to go on an attack and destroy that model before it even takes over. It's pretty bananas what is shipping right now. You want something pushed out a little more mainstream. So it's really hard to get access to this basically, and to use this in day to day. So it's not going to be really that crazy. The one that I'm watching next is to see what OpenAI launches as a result of all of this, because the next launch for them has to be absolutely groundbreaking, given all of these stories. If the next launch is just hey, we can do better. Yeah, we can do better photos. It's yo, dude, Anthropic knows Area 51. And you're just cool, we can generate cooler colors now. It's are we serious?
The crazy thing though is that's what I need. I need better performance down here, and what they have to deliver on just marketing wise, it's well, now we're Terminator 3. Anthropic was this scary, ours is even scarier. It's kind of crazy. What I need is okay, yeah, this can make an even more beautiful website in a one shot. It's kind of wild.
That's fair. It's super fair. But this does put pressure on OpenAI to deliver an incredible enterprise level LLM, not just consumer.
Hey, and what I will say is, I think you got a new chair over the weekend. Did you?
I did. I put together a new chair.
It's good. It's good looking. I think
you.
it suits you. It suits you well. You look like you look like a business executive who is making wise prognostications.
It's like the meme from Hezbollah where he's business.
Yes,
that's me.
I need to get one of those. I need to get a business chair. New social strategy. that Jack Appleby is not a big fan of, but did drop over the weekend. And I think of note specifically because we are in the midst of the World Cup right now. Shall we be deploying something similar? Actually, I would. Jack had this to say. He is talking about scroll down to the pictures here, Jack. Okay, so what happened was during the New Zealand game, there is a player who his name is Tim Payne, Payne, Payne. Okay. During the New Zealand game, DoorDash kept tweeting and using T-Pain, the rapper, the singer. Again, I feel like this is like a millennial roundup here, but throwback to 2008, 2009, 2010, etc. There used to be a T-Pain
bartender.
There used to be a T-Pain app, actually.
Oh my gosh.
Did you ever use the T-Pain app? It's great.
No, I love T-Pain though.
Yeah, T-Pain.
Bartender.
It turns out
best love song.
It turns out that T-Pain is like an actual singer. He's like an actual incredible singer. He doesn't need the
he's incredible.
Yeah. But he's known for like the synthesizer or whatever that thing is called.
Yeah.
What's that thing called? Is that synthesizer?
Yeah, you're right. But what's crazy is he now makes more money streaming, like physically Twitch streaming, than he ever made in his entire career singing.
Really?
That just actually hold on to that for a sec. T-Pain makes way more money now as a streamer, a Call of Duty streamer. He's a gamer. Streaming live on Twitch more than he did in his entire career for his like what he is known for, like singing.
Well, T-Pain, not just a businessman, but a business man. Okay, so DoorDash's social strategy here during the New Zealand game is to keep tweeting at T-Pain, the rapper, purposefully to mix these up. Okay, to get T-Pain involved. It's funny. I think he's got some good juice. What are we looking at here? Yeah, 42K, 38K, 35K, 42K. T-Pain comes back and says, are y'all okay? DoorDash, stop tagging me in these soccer posts. I literally don't play soccer. But when he did tweet this, he got like 1 million views, 3.6 million views. Okay, the intern is going to shite a brick when they realize tons of views. Okay, yeah. I think this was really smart. Jack Appleby, not a fan. Jack had this to say: DoorDash is intentionally tagging T-Pain, the rapper, in their tweets about the World Cup in an effort to get attention. And they did it to the point where T-Pain had to publicly ask the brand to stop. I actually think that was the point, though, which got them all the views.
100%.
T-Pain's energy went from LOL to stop tagging me within a few tweets. I don't know. I don't know if his energy really changed. There's a number of reasons this is a bad idea, and we should listen to Jack here. Let's see what he has to say. It wouldn't be hard to argue DoorDash is using T-Pain's name, image, and likeness without his consent. Ooh, that's a fair point. True. If that's true, I wouldn't want that. It's giving celebrities aren't people energy. It's fundamentally weird for a brand to bug another human being just for attention, celeb or not. If T-Pain is in on the bit, this would most definitely be an unmarked influencer content, which would be a huge FTC fine. Yeah, it's going to go viral, but does the virality have literally anything to do with why we'd use DoorDash? No. But do the risks outweigh the rewards? Also, no. It is genuinely not that hard to be good at social media while staying ethical, not actively bothering celebrities and making content about what your company actually does. Okay, my take here is I don't think T-Pain's in on the bit. And just tagging him on the tweets, I wouldn't think like we're going to get some kind of FTC fine or get sued for name, image, and likeness. I don't know. I guess maybe he could. I think it was beautifully done and got a ton of great traction inside of a World Cup game. And I'll say this, DoorDash is a giant TAM. So having T-Pain involved and it being funny, and it's kind of relevant because they literally serve everybody. That's my point here. I don't think all their tweets need to necessarily be about get your Taco Bell without having to leave your house. Your thoughts?
I think this is an absolute swing and a miss from Jack here. I think this is a masterful job done by DoorDash. They have, worked into the zeitgeist. They're not doing something absolutely insane. They're just tagging someone in a tweet. I want to underscore that. They're just tagging someone inside of a tweet. I don't really think it's that serious. It's also hilarious. They got the result that they wanted. T-Pain talked to them and reposted about them and all of that. There's an opportunity now for DoorDash and T-Pain, I think, to work together to make this an even funnier bit and actually incorporate the soccer player that they're talking about. So you have DoorDash, T-Pain, and then the other soccer player that they're talking about. Work all of that into a commercial as an extension of this bit. It's not that serious. Tom Brady just launched a coconut beverage named Good Nut. None of this stuff is that serious. Just have fun with it. They're having fun with it. Jack, I think you need to have more fun with it.
I think too, like these tweets from DoorDash are hilarious. What a throw in from T-Pain, absolute cinema.
Yeah.
What a throw in. Absolute cinema from T-Pain.
What else are you doing? Like, what else do you think T-Pain was doing? He's probably just hanging out on his couch. And he's
probably
like
playing COD. Probably playing Call of Duty, COD. Baby.
He's playing COD and he's like, please stop tweeting me. Come on. Okay, cool. And then he's like, DoorDash, this intern's gonna lose their mind. Okay. And then he's playing back. It's like, it's just not that serious.
I think great. And I hope nobody gets sued. Next story of the day here. Pat McAfee investing in Jams. Jams PB&J, now co-owner of Jams PB&J. I don't know if this was delightfully said or wasn't as seriously said, but at some point I thought that like Jams was like officially involved with the NFL in some way. I just say all this to say, like, I'm underlining here, like, I think this makes a ton of sense for Pat and the brand. And the guy's got a huge show. He's reaching so many people. JJ Watt has been on the show multiple times talking about how great Jams is, et cetera. They've got multiple athletes involved. I think it's a great win for consumer, for giant, personalities and athletes like him to be getting involved with various brands. And this being a first CPG investment that Pat has made. One would think this may lead to more to come. Before we read here and get more details, Colin, your thoughts on this?
Oh, this is so good. This is so good for CPG. This is so good for Pat. This is so good for our ecosystem. Pat is red hot right now. I would argue that, Chris. You can
No, he's red hot.
I think he is red smoking hot right now. And what you want is the hottest thing in the entire world in media, in consumer, to then venture into your space that is CPG and put some capital into it, and to show that, okay, capital can be invested into this. Great, cool founders are investing into this. The biggest player in media is now investing into this. People need to take note, because then traditional capital and smaller capital will follow. This is a huge home run for the industry. This is going to be a huge home run for Pat with his distribution. And I mean, this is all just incredible. I'd love to get one.
It also makes me want to help some of that we got all these incredible brands that come on here, and some of them are looking. I don't know, like, I don't know all the, like, not financial advice and all that, but I would like to be a part of something like this. Details from the Sports Business Journal. Pat McAfee has made his first food and beverage investment, joining PB&J brand Jams as a co-owner. The partnership gives the ESPN personality and host of the Pat McAfee Show a leadership position with the brand, which launched in July 2025, nationwide distribution at Walmart and Target, so they're already crushing. What's special about this is that Pat chose our team and our product for the first investment of this kind in his career. Jams founder Connor Blakely told SBJ he believes in this just as much as we do, and that's why we are so excited to have him on board. Terms of McAfee's investment were not disclosed, but Blakely described it as, quote, very significant, and I'm sure it was. I believe that Pat is gunning for like 60+ million from ESPN in his new contract.
Huge year. Huge year for Pat McAfee.
Huge year.
Dude
Huge
secured massive CPG investment, going to be a co-owner. Also going to secure a $60 million extension bag. Like,
bag.
it is the year of Pat McAfee. This is a great thing for us. This is a great thing for us. This is a great thing for the community. You want more of these people to enter into the arena. Similar to Tom Brady with Good Nut. Yes, everybody's poo-pooing it. It's a funny name. Haha. You need somebody of that profile and caliber to enter into this so that other investors and other CPG founders can go, okay, this is a viable option for capital deployment.
And I will say too, it is of note here. We're seeing this trend happen more often. Players, athletes, people of high status that garner lots of views. They don't want to just do endorsement deals. They want to be a partner. They do.
Yeah,
they want to be a
exactly.
partner. And we covered it with Roback and Dak Prescott and his group last week, what they are doing there. And of note here, this investment marks another milestone for Jams, which has quickly built an athlete-heavy roster of investors, not just endorsers. That includes Bears quarterback Caleb Williams, former NFL future Hall of Famer J.J. Watt, or is J.J. may already be in the Hall of Fame. He's going to be first ballot one regardless. And former U.S. women's national team star Alex Morgan. Yeah, he's first ballot Hall of Famer. Of course,
I'm just messing with you. Of course he is. He's one of the greatest.
Absolutely is.
I just wanted you to get furious.
There's one thing I know, it's offensive line and defensive line. Okay.
Yeah.
And
that guy, he's incredible.
Dog. He's a dog.
Him and I have the same wingspan.
You and him do? I don't think so. I don't think so. I know me and him don't. I know he's got me beat on every metric. And that's the funny thing about playing offensive line is you're always competing against somebody that's basically a better athlete than you. They pushed the product hard, McAfee told SBJ. How can you not respect that? Points for being good salesmen. Points for selling. Okay, they pushed the product hard. How can you not respect that when you're dealing with people who believe so deeply in who they are and what they do? It touches you in a way that makes you want to be involved. I grew up in a PB&J house in Western Pennsylvania. That stayed with me throughout college and my time in the NFL. Those are my roots. To be a part of a brand that sells a product that reminds me of where I come from and has been a consistent part of my life in every stage is what it's all about. McAfee said he was impressed when the brand, was named the exclusive PB&J of the NFLPA. So they do have an exclusive partnership with the NFLPA in May, including the introduction of a PB&J product line based off input from the players. So very much in his world. And they're going to be getting pub on his show in that sports world every day. You know, they're going to be eating it, talking about it, et cetera. It makes all the sense in the world.
Yeah, and his audience is just going to eat this up. This is amazing. This is like grand slam, home run, alignment on brand, creator, investment, all the above. Like whatever this brand is now, it's going to be 6x this probably 8 months from now.
Yeah, totally agree. We have the one and only Joe Fox, founder and CEO of ShotPay, coming to us. Is he with us now, Producer Jack? He is coming. He is coming to us. He's here. Before he comes, ladies and gentlemen, let us talk about the one and only Proxima AI. Your buyer data already knows what ad you need to make next. You just can't read it yet. That is the problem. Most brands brief from instinct to marketers. Oh, it's like, what worked best last time? Let's change a little bit. Hand it off to the creative team. Problem isn't effort. It's that you don't get signal from your buyer data. Proxima changes this, okay? Reads your conversions across real shoppers from across 2,000 plus e-commerce brands, shows you exactly who's buying what else they're responding to, and where your account has gaps. You just connect your Meta, connect your Shopify, okay? All of a sudden, the buyer segments converting on your account become clear, and every purchase is mapped back to their commerce graph, okay? And you're not starting with a blank page to brief from. You get a feed of creative briefs based on what your buyers are responding to. Okay, every brief grounded in the commerce graph. Stop the slop. Go to Proxima.ai. See who bought. See what to make next. First 3 briefs are free every single month. Many thanks for Proxima being part of this show. Now, we have the one and only Joe Fox coming into the show right now. I believe he is an Australian expat. Okay.
Yes.
Which I do have to say, Australians, goated accent in
Goated.
the English speaking languages. Okay. Now based in Austin, Texas, he's built his career at the intersection of Ecomm fintech partnerships across North America, and now doing something so interesting with ShotPay, enabling all of those in the 2A world to do Ecomm to the highest degree, up and to the right forever and ever. Everybody, welcome inside of the show, the one and only Joe Fox. Get in here, Joe.
Gentlemen, thank you so much for having me on. It's a privilege to be here. I'm a big fan of the show. So thank you, Chris. Thank you, Colin.
Of course, Joe, man, we appreciate you making the time to join us. And I am continually verified in this opinion. Australians always have the best accent,
cool.
Joe. Whatever you're selling,
right
I'm buying
buying.
whatever you're selling. Just
much
because
cooler.
of that
Much
accent,
appreciated.
brother.
Yeah,
Joe,
much
man,
appreciated. Thank you.
Man, give our audience some background here. ShotPay, man, what problem does this solve, particularly for all of those in the 2A firearms, et cetera, community in e-commerce? Man, how did you happen upon this? Start building this out, man. I'd love to know more about this.
Yeah, absolutely, Chris. So ShopPay started about 9 months ago. So we've been working on this in stealth. Myself and my co-founder Cameron Tor, we built this awesome team of like people who are ex-veterans, people who've been developers working in this space. And the biggest problem that we're solving is typically big tech turns its back on this space for whatever reason that might be. It's an anti kind of a 2A or a anti-firearms kind of movement that is happening behind the scenes. And so what we really wanted to do is build a solution that helped all of these companies, big, manufacturing industry for the US. It's $20 billion plus industry online. And so we just saw this huge gap and we thought, how can we help more merchants and how can we help more customers have a better online shopping experience, whether they be aiming to buy products in the shooting, hunting, outdoors, or tactical space? The traditional big tech is kind of ignored.
Wow. I mean, so talk a little bit about that. I mean, you talk about basically the fact that, every mainstream processor kind of treats firearms as a bit of a reputational risk. So, what is serving that type of merchant, what require from you?
Absolutely, Colin. It takes a lot of hard work to be able to figure out all the payment rails, all of the tech partnerships that have to be done behind the scenes. There's a ton of stuff that we've had to do specifically for the BNPL side of things. Every single state has different legislature on BNPL products, as well as different legislature on rules and provisions that have to be met when it's involved with online e-commerce for firearms. So it's a lot of like hoops that have to be jumped through, but we're pretty confident saying we've navigated all of those hoops over the last 9 to 10 months. And we're really in a position where we're bringing this to market now. So our first phase is really card processing. And so card processing is another area that larger tech companies have ignored. And unfortunately, a lot of these like manufacturers who start off as small businesses and grow into household names really get penalized just for the fact that they are selling and manufacturing firearms. So what we're able to do is come in and give these companies better card processing rates, understand how their business works, understand if there's any levels of chargeback or fraud, and then we're able to move them across to our BNPL and layaway system, which is kind of a phase 2 for us, but the product's ready.
Wow.
Joe, I find this fascinating, especially because for those who don't know, like the 2A sector, you could say, like in e-commerce, is actually giant. I mean, there's a ton of money that's being made, that's being transacted in this corner of the internet. That is, like you said, it is, man, it's hard for these guys. It's hard because of all of the different, layers on, you can't advertise here and you can show your Instagram, but don't show it like that. And there's like a ton of things here. And this BNPL solution, which, it lends itself. One would want that, especially if you have a higher AOV product like so many in firearms 2A have. You would want that. And it's
Absolutely.
unless people have been out to SHOT Show in Las Vegas, they probably wouldn't know. But man, this is an incredible solution that you're building for this whole, like, I would say, too little known about, and sometimes neglected corner of the internet in e-commerce. This is an incredible solution that you guys are building. I can't imagine it's been easy.
No, it's definitely not easy, but I feel like, I came into this industry as an enthusiast. I have a really long background in fintech, Ecomm. Colin and I have kind of worked together at other companies and stuff and had partnerships in the past. So I've always had this involvement with SaaS and Ecomm and the different ecosystems. And then when I stepped into this space as an enthusiast, I was honestly blown away by how prehistoric some of the things felt.
Yeah.
Like some of the things are still being done by fax. Some of the things are being done by manual invoicing. Some of the large e-com platforms won't even touch these brands. And it's kind of it's an unfortunate thing. I think everyone, well, not everyone, but a lot of people have this, distorted or grayed opinion of that industry. But that industry is made up of patriots, hardworking mom and pops. It's such a vibrant industry. And in my mind, and in my co-founder's mind, and in our team's mind, ShotPay, we just really want to come in, help these brands operate as much as possible like the rest of the e-commerce industry, be able to serve their customers better, but then also manage all of that on the back end properly and not have to rely on archaic systems. It's one place they can manage their entire financial infrastructure.
Wow. Yeah, I mean, it's so funny you talk about some of these archaic systems, because some of the laws, and this was, previous software companies that I unearthed, this was like, being in this industry, trying to send an SMS is like stepping over a landmines for 1,000 land. You might as well not do it, because it is.
Yep.
Oh yeah,
it is hyper scary. Could you talk about some of these like kind of compliance and regulatory, headaches that some of these folks are dealing with that, like, I would say normal D2C operators never have to think about?
Absolutely, Colin. And that's a really valid point. So there are so many different state laws and they're changing all the time. And there's even different federal laws that pop up all the time that the ATF are in control of. Now, a lot of the times, these are platform specific, right? So, for example, the thing that most people forget is there is one big piece of regulatory that sits over, in particular, firearms e-commerce. And that's if you purchase a firearm online, you still have to get it shipped to a local FFL, which is a federal firearms licensee, and the transaction happens in person. So that is the big gate that sits over all of this. And that's great. That needs to be there. There's no dispute on my side of things that should be there. But the issue that then happens is that the state laws and those engine rules have to be built into these platforms to ensure that you're not shipping, for example, magazines to restricted magazine capacities. So some states have 10 rounds, some have 20, some have 30. I live in Texas, so it's pretty good. But it really just depends on these different legislatures. But really, really good things that we've done is we looked at this and said, okay, there are some tech players in this space who are making that side of things really easy, really accessible, and creating this great experience. And a good example of that is one of our lead partners, and it's actually one of the organizations that was our investors in our seed round, is a company called Master FFL. They've built the most amazing FFL transfer product, which has levels of compliance, et cetera, built into it. So if you've got the right tech, it really does help with this. And there's a whole bunch of other providers that do this, but I feel like Master FFL are really at the top of their game there. So we really wanted to set the gold standard with everything we do at ShotPay. So we're like, let's not partner with everyone, let's partner with the best. And so our goal with Master FFL is to create this absolutely accelerated checkout, very similar to what you would experience if you were shopping with ShopPay on a Shopify website, and just really smooth out that process. So like, it should be remembering, where I last did a transfer on a firearm, so it automatically pre-populates that. It's got to make sure that it's all compliant. Then we want to make it as seamless as possible. And, this sticks with me because I was over at Fast, which was the one-click checkout. And before that kind of, imploded and then a firm acquired the technology, it was all about making the most accelerated, easy checkout. And that's something I still carry with me today, but I want to do it really specifically for this industry and for this space because it deserves it. It's a growing industry. Majority of the jobs are all kept on shore. So it's really, really important for American manufacturing and a culture that really, exists and is from America. So, as an Aussie with a strong Aussie accent, I meet a lot of these brands and they're like, you must really love this. And I'm like, I feel very patriotic for this country and I love this country and I love this industry. So I want it to grow. So that's kind of what we're focused on. But you're right, Colin. I would say instead of stepping over landmines, it's stepping on pieces of Lego that are spread out everywhere. And you've just got to watch your step at every time. But if you have the right tech providers for you, that gets swept out of the way and you've got a clear path to success.
I love that.
Joe, tell me this. I mean, golly, this resonates with me a ton, especially just from a marketer's point of view. Everybody is always trying to optimize for, conversion, getting everybody across the finish line. And if you're in this like little nexus of the world, there's like conversion problems that you're having to deal with that nobody else is. Like,
absolutely.
I got to work in my facts and I've got to get all of this data. And so I see this as a true help, getting all of the required data that's necessary and helpful for all the regulatory issues. But at the same time, like making this transaction like doable, easy, get them over the finish line, et cetera. So everybody can make money and the customer can get what they want. I would love for those who don't know, man, I would love just for you to back it up. Like, man, what does a usual tech stack look like for people in like this world right now? Are they on Big C? Are they like, where are they? And then what's like the 2026 and beyond tech stack that you think is best now that ShotPay exists? Like just paint that picture for me, if you would.
Absolutely. So if you strip it right back, first thing you need to do is find a 2A friendly platform. So the typical ones that people are utilizing are WooCommerce mixed with WP Engine, kind of powering that. Then you've got Adobe / Magento that are friendly and open to it. But Big C is doing a lot in this space and they're really active in this space. They've got a lot of really big merchants in this space. And it's something that they're very dedicated to serving this space. So that's a very big plus for them. And I can't fault them for that because they really, really help the ecosystem. You've got, some gray area with the Shopify. There's no definitive kind of reasoning or verbiage as to where they're at. They, have in the past served this area, then pulled out of it. Then there's talk that they may come back into this space. So obviously that's good. But I think from a payment side of things, the payment infrastructure will never be through Shopify's typical kind of flow that a normal, an amazing D2C operator selling creatine gummies gets access to. It's a different field and there's levels of complexity there. Then you're looking at, who serves from an email perspective. Well, Klaviyo do some of that, which is cool, which is really good. There's other various SMS providers that are open to doing some things there. Some of it's on a case-by-case basis. Once again, it's like you better to approach a lot and see who will work with you. And then if you're a merchant in this space, you should be getting in writing from them that they're not going to rug pull you because that has happened in this space across multiple providers. Then, for the compliance side of things, and that accelerated checkout piece that makes everything flow nice and easy and makes it easy for you to be able to, as a customer, ensure that the FFL process is happening in the background. That's definitely Master FFL. They're fantastic. Like you definitely should have Jeff, the CEO, on the show.
Yeah.
He's a magician with this stuff. I'll make that intro.
Please.
And then for payments, you've now got us.
All right.
But prior to that, with the payment side of things, you would often have to stick together like 4 or 5 different things. So you'd have one thing, for your back end wholesaling. You'd have one thing for your point of sale in store, if you're a store as
Crazy.
well. Then you would have one for your back end on your e-commerce. And then you would have to hope that one of the BNPL providers would allow you to sell. And sometimes they'll say yes. And then if you're not hitting volume, or if they see something that they don't like, once again, you get rug pulled. So we really wanted to come in and just fill that gap, give customers and merchants the certainty that they're going to get something that's safe, secure, easy to utilize, and overall somewhere where they can actually see all of the information for their business in one place. Because the other thing that happens is that you have all these different providers, some are pointed at different accounts. You're sitting there trying to reconcile at the end of the month and track your growth, and you can't because it's all over the place. So it's just it's madness, and that's why we really came into this industry hard. And it's the problem that we're solving, from now.
Incredible, man.
Joe, I mean, you and I kind of come from the same background where we both served in partnerships for Shopify merchants. As a part of that, we know you got to throw down some great events, some great sizable events for the merchants. Yeah. This lends itself to some pretty fun events. I mean, are you putting together some helicopter hog hunting with some merchants? like what are we talking about here?
There we go.
Yeah, there's no limit to the cool stuff that can be done in this space, right? And the thing I really love and respect about everyone in this space is that there's so much emphasis around safety and doing things right and educating and all of those sorts of things. So we have a really cool bunch of events coming up, particularly from September onwards. A little bit warm now, particularly in Texas, as you guys know. But we're really focused on bringing the community together, getting the tech companies like your Armanets, your Master FFLs who are specifically serving this space, getting all of these tech organizations in the right room with the right merchants, helping educate them, no pressure. Let's have some fun. Let's show you how things could be done in a better way and educate you on that. And let's have some fun doing it. And, you guys mentioned SHOT Show earlier. I mean, my goodness, like that for me as an Aussie walking into that, I was like, oh, all my Christmases. I've came at once today. I absolutely loved it. I was like, I can smell the freedom in the air. But it's so we're definitely planning on doing some pretty cool stuff, around that. And to your point, Colin, it's like, let's get the community together more. I think unfortunately it's like everyone is trying to navigate this industry and the e-com side of things as best they can. And I think they all just want surety and security. And they just want to know that if something happens, they can pick up the phone, talk to a founder or someone in a senior position who understands not just one part of their business, but the whole e-commerce equation, give them a lot of help. Like the referrals and the assistance we've been able to give merchants just from understanding where they're at has been awesome. And it's just such a nice feeling to be able to help.
That's incredible, man. That's so exciting. I think this is going to be huge. This is going to be huge for the 2A community. There's a great business. The truth is that there's a ton of our community in e-com. They just don't know how successful and incredible a lot of these companies are. One of note for me, Silencer Shop just down the road here. They just put in a new store. It's like I can, if I threw a few rocks, I could hit it over here, they're incredible, massive businesses that are, having to play by so many varied rules that the rest of us in e-commerce don't have to deal with. Man, this just sounds like a home run, Joe. I'm so glad that somebody like you with your background and your feeling, your patriotism, and this, which is just rampant inside of this little corner of the internet, and it seems like a match made in heaven. Tell me this. The SHOT Show is a little bit away from now, and maybe like you said, it's a little hot for hunting wild boar from the helicopters right now. Tell everybody, man, where to find you, where to follow you. You know, they want to talk, they want to get rolling down this way. Where do they go and get a hold of Joe Fox?
Absolutely. So LinkedIn, I'm super active on LinkedIn. I think I've had a lot of people unfollow me from Australia and from some of the some of the other e-commerce circles I rolled in because they're like,
Yeah.
what industry are you in?
Yeah.
But you know, LinkedIn is definitely the best spot. ShopPay.com is amazing to follow us at. We're the other thing that I kind of got to mention in here because I think it's really important is what we're doing with BNPL and layaway is ShopPay ourselves are donating $1 from every single transaction to veteran non-for-profits and industry organizations. And that is our North Star. It's if the more we're donating, the better we're doing. And the reason we're doing that, gentlemen, is because over 70% of our team are veterans, right? And they've all transitioned into these amazing roles, whether it be tech or sales or customer service or design or media. So we really, you know, and each of them has a touching story around an organization that has helped them. And a lot of these companies want to support these organizations more. So one thing that we will be doing is, even though it is, you know, way too hot to hog hunt, SHOT Show's a little while around the corner. Even if you're not getting involved with ShopPay as a merchant or a customer, I encourage you to just check out our LinkedIn page or follow us on our email updates so you can see the good work we're doing for, you know, the Hunter 7 Foundation, the Honor Foundation, got a ton more, Second Amendment Foundation. We really want to support these organizations because behind the scenes, you know, veterans are a large part of this community, and Second Amendment Foundation are the ones fighting the good fight on Capitol Hill for all of our Second Amendment rights, whether you believe in them or not. It's important because it is part of that. So just wanted to call that out because that's the one thing that we're really passionate about above all else.
Love that.
That's
Absolutely
incredible,
love that.
man. If you're in tactical, if you're in hunting, if you're in the 2A corner of the internet, go talk with Joe. I think this is an incredible solution that you're building on behalf of everyone, and all the goodwill that you're doing for veterans across the states. We appreciate you, Joe. We need to get together, do a little more, and I'm going to be sending somebody your way that you guys should be
amazing
working with. We appreciate you, brother. We look forward to having you back, man.
Appreciate you too, and keep up the amazing work you're doing. I love it.
You know, this is a great example where I know in our world, everybody loves brands, and sometimes the agencies and the software partners get a little bit like, oh, you're going to like, oh, I think you got something to sell me. And there's a little bit of that. Like, this is an incredible example of somebody who is developing a unique solution to a real problem for an entire category in our business, in consumer and e-commerce, and bringing it forth. Man, this is incredible.
Yeah, and when you go through that industry specifically, and I just have a small background in servicing pieces of it, it is so outdated. It is bananas.
It's bananas.
It's bananas how old the tech is, how like very janky it is. You have to basically make some Frankenstein monster software thing put together, and it's not very good, and it's just terrible. But the people behind that industry are fantastic. They're some of the coolest people in the world. They're so nice. They just want to get their business rocking and rolling. And there are some massive 8-9-figure businesses that people just don't know about. That are just basically, they're sleeping giants. They do 8 or 9 figures very easily with very difficult tech behind them.
Yeah. There was one, I won't say who it was, but there was one guy that I was doing an audit for probably about a year ago or so, and hopped into his account. I'm looking at the emails, I'm looking at the revenue, and I'm like, whoa, because this website looked like it was from 1997. Okay.
Basically that. Yeah.
This website looked like it's from 1997, largely unorganized. Okay. It's like it looks janky. Okay. It looks like it's a website from another era. Got in there, like, how often do you send campaigns? He's like, oh man, sometimes we do a lot. Sometimes I just don't think about it that much. And when they send a campaign, it's kaboom. It's like boom. Like it's like a firework of revenue.
Yeah.
And I'm like, man, I think we could get in here and I think we could make a little money. I think we could help.
Yeah,
it's
for sure.
an incredible, fantastic businesses that are working with very old technology and limited on what they can do on Instagram, can't advertise all this stuff. I mean, talk about a marketer's headache. They can't just run it up on Meta. That don't work.
No,
they've got to use every lever that they've got. And incredible. I'm excited. I'm excited for Joe, man. He's going to do a bang up job.
absolutely. Yeah, he's gonna exit to like Cabela's or somebody like that.
Probably, and he should.
Yeah.
Somebody from that world should absolutely buy him. Moving forward, ladies and gentlemen, let us talk about the one and only Northbeam. If your ads manager, if you're in there all day long, you know the problem. Every platform takes credit. Every dashboard tells a different story. Meta says this, TikTok claims that conversion. You get in your Shopify dashboard, it says you made this much, you spent that much on ads. Sometimes it's hard to know who is telling the truth, which dashboard is genuinely communicating the truth to me. Northbeam fixes this with their own proprietary data, starting from the actual purchase, then rebuilding the customer journey from real orders, real clicks, real verified ad views. And they push that measurement back into the ad platforms so that they optimize on what's actually driving your revenue, not what the ad platforms assume is driving your revenue. Start doing what was previously the impossible. Start measuring what was previously immeasurable. Go to northbeam.io, book your demo today. Get rolling with them. Tell them Colin I sent you. Many thanks for Northbeam being part of this show. Now, I don't know what to call this segment here. I have written it here in the notes as wow of the week.
Wow.
Which, that's what it made me say when I stumbled upon this post over the weekend. This is elucidating us, giving us background on the one and only Kat Cole, CEO of AG1. Her story is phenomenal. And I don't believe that we have covered it here on the show previously. Have we?
I don't think so.
I don't think so. I want to read this. We can stop, talk about it. It's absolutely wild. And I think if there's something you hear all week, it's that you'll take great inspiration and learnings from. It's this one right here. This tweet comes to us from Crazy Vibes _1. I don't know who Crazy Vibes is, but they've got a very substantial following. Anyway, this story comes to us by way of Crazy Vibes. I read, and we'll stop and play it back here as we go. She was 17. Great opener. Working as a Hooters waitress in Jacksonville, Florida, when the cooks walked out. She didn't know how to deep fry chicken tenders or fries. She went back to the kitchen and figured it out. As we're reading this, I wonder, have we covered this before? I feel like we have covered this in some way. We have not?
We haven't. No.
2 years later, Hooters asked her to fly to Australia to help open the first franchise there. She'd never been on a plane. She didn't have a passport. She got the passport and went. By 26, she was vice president. She helped grow Hooters from 100 locations to over 500 in 33 countries, reframing and rebranding now as family friendly, and from 300 million to 1 billion in revenue in annual sales. Wait, I've lost my place. She never finished her undergraduate degree. At 32, Cinnabon recruited her to be president. She was the youngest CEO to ever appear on Undercover Boss. Flex. Who knew she was on Undercover Boss? Under her leadership, Cinnabon added 200 bakeries, expanded to 56 countries, and approached 1 billion in annual sales through partnerships with Taco Bell, Burger King, grocery stores. Remember all that, had them at the time. She grew up on a $10 a week grocery budget. 3 sisters, single mom who left their alcoholic father when Kat was 9. Family survived on her mother's determination and multiple jobs. Every year on my birthday card, my mom writes, "Don't forget where you came from, but don't you dare ever let it solely define you." Kat was the first person in her family to attend college. She enrolled in an engineering program at the University of North Florida, but dropped out to pursue her career at Hooters. She later earned her MBA from Georgia State University without a bachelor's degree, getting accepted through letters of recommendation from business leaders, including Ted Turner. How about that? How about that? Flex.
Crazy flex.
Crazy flex. I don't have an undergrad degree to apply with here, but here's my letter of recommendation from Ted Turner.
Unreal.
After Cinnabon, she became group president of Focus Brands, Cinnabon, Auntie Anne's, Moe's, Carvel, Schlotsky's. Then in 2021, AG1, formerly Athletic Greens, recruited her after the founder heard her on a podcast. She became president and COO, then CEO in 2024. Just a little note here, too. Might ought to accept the podcast invite. Okay. Just might ought to. Okay. Turned out to be a good move for Kat.
Turns out doing media is a good move.
Media is a good move. She's known for a practice she calls the hot shot rule. Every month, she asks herself, if a hot shot took over my job today, what's the first thing they'd fix that I've been tolerating? Now, I know what I need to be doing. Ask myself that. Here's what Kat Cole's story makes me think about. She said yes before she was ready. Every major career leap from the kitchen walkout to Australia to Cinnabon to AG1 happened because she said yes to something she wasn't qualified for yet, and then figured it out in real time. Yes. Saying yes before you are ready is only half of it. You have to use your hustle muscle to close the gap. Most people wait until they feel ready. They wait for the degree, the experience, the credentials, the confidence. Kat built one of the most impressive corporate careers of her generation by saying yes first and learning second every single time. I think about that in my own work. I've never felt fully ready to start any of the businesses I built. The readiness came after the commitment, not before it. Kat Cole was a Hooters waitress at 17. Cooks walked out. She went to the kitchen and figured it out. Never been on a plane. Flew to Australia to open a franchise. VP at 26. Cinnabon president at 32. $10 a week grocery budget growing up. First in her family to attend college. Dropped out. Got an MBA without a bachelor's. Now CEO of AG1. Saying yes before you're ready is only half of it. You have to use your hustle muscle. What are you waiting to feel ready for that you should just say yes to? Shout out to Kat Cole, CEO of AG1. Baller. Absolute dog.
I absolutely love this piece where she says yes before they're ready. There's a piece in John D. Rockefeller's Titan book where he's basically talking about how to, manufacture extreme productivity from people. And so what he does is he is talking about a promise publicly. So he's like, I'm going to release this thing this day.
All right.
They don't know how to do the thing. So they're like, I'm going to release the Model T October XYZ. Engineers are like, dude, we don't even know how to do any of this. And he's like, too late. There's your date. You got a deadline now. You have to make it. And there's this way of like saying yes and then figuring it out, God willing, because the public shame and the public kind of force of like, hey, you said this thing. You have to now do this thing for you to be in line with what you say you are. And so that will basically, the universe will solve itself and figure out a way for you to do this thing. I love this. I love that she's talking about this a lot. I've been thinking about this a ton recently. I'm not sure why, but it's just been coming up in my life a ton. Kat is one of these super high productivity people. And it's incredible that she has built her career, through and through this. And I will say, I think we're going to see some more incredible stuff from her, from AG1 specifically, and probably other stuff. I would imagine she's going to get involved in investing and XYZ things. So this is a very, I would say, early look into her illustrious, amazing career, but we're just getting started. We're just getting started with her.
I agree. I totally agree. And I don't know if Kat's a political person. I am not a political person. Okay. But somebody like Kat needs to be in the White House. I mean, she is an incredible person.
Yeah,
incredible person. And let me just ask this too. I love this point. I think the main thrust of this is say yes, figure it out. Hustle muscle.
Gotta figure it out.
Got to figure it out. Let me just ask this. Does anyone really have it figured out? Anyone? I'm asking that. Does anybody have it figured out? I know we always assume that, like there's some adults in the room and they've got it figured out. Whoever's ahead of us, how far they are ahead of us is like, man, they really knew what they're doing. And I'm just kind of like piecing it together as we go.
Yeah.
And I kind of think that actually everybody's doing that. I'm 39 now. I have 4 children. I've been married for, I don't know, 14 years, I suppose. Yeah, 14 years. Like, do I have like being a dad and being a husband figured out? Like, no. Like, I'm like piecing it together like every day.
Gotta
And
walk through the door.
when we were scaling Bruce Bolt, and that was like a rocket ship. And did I have that figured out? Like, no. Like, I knew, of course, I know what I know, but I know what I don't know too. And we're literally just every day, like we're pieced it together, baby. And so I love this point because it really resonates with me. I think I thought at some point I would have in my career, in my work, in my personal life, I would have it all figured out. But like I don't. I'm just like I'm hustle muscling it as far up and to the right as I can. And I think this like sheds light on what's possible when you do the thing. Say yes to the opportunity, and now apply 1,000% pressure to making the thing happen as we go. Like, who knew how to build a green dry powder supplement company? Like, who knew how to do that? Who knew how to bring like this cool D2C and a new form factor to green supplements and like grow it forever up and to the right? Like, who knew how to do that? Like, nobody's done that. But here she is doing the thing.
Yeah.
I think this is an excellent principle to take away from her story, and she needs to come on the show.
Would love to have her on the show, talk more about her story. And yeah, it's absolutely inspiring. It's incredible. She's been the CEO of some pretty exceptional companies at this point, and we're going to see some crazy stuff from her. And she's figured out a ton. She has figured out a ton.
Wow. Excited to see what's to come for AG1 and now with the creatine. And who knows what else will come. I wouldn't be surprised if Kat somehow ended up in the White House. Moving forward to our lightning round and beyond. Ladies and gentlemen, let us talk about the one and only Rocked After Sale. Most D2C brands are obsessed over their next net new customer, as they should be. The real lever, though, is making more profit from the orders you're already getting. If you're doing 5,000 orders a month, if you can sprinkle in an extra $3 to $4 on each one of those without touching your ads, wouldn't that be nice? Yeah, it would. That's what brands like Olakai, Cozy Earth, Groove Life are already doing with Rocked After Sale, adding post-purchase upsells and downsells from the cart through the thank you page, and then even stacking extra 30 to 50 cents just by showing offers from Disney Plus and Venmo and HelloFresh, etc. It's high margin revenue straight to your bottom line. No hit to conversion, no impact on your LTV, and you can be live in minutes. If you're already getting orders, you should be getting more out of them. Go to aftersale.com/offers. Make a little more money on what you've already built. Many thanks for Rocked After Sale being part of this show. Now, little lightning round action. Did you find something interesting? Do you got breaking news for us?
No, I don't have any breaking news.
I know you're always on the timeline.
I'm cooking, dude.
Your fingers on the pulse.
I stay dialed in. There's some cool stuff that's happening today. Maybe nothing like too noteworthy.
Okay, nothing worth mentioning. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I always check. I always check the countenance when I come back from the ad reads, because I know when you find something exciting, like we gotta hit that thing. Little sauce, a little wisdom.
Yeah.
From the one and only TJ Bongiorno. Launch more products. He says over the weekend, how Sean Frank has many times given the advice to launch more products. Would you agree? Can you concur that he
100%, 100%? And I think with them too is they've launched out of smaller AOV products to larger AOV products intentionally.
Yeah, they have. Yeah, Sean Frank always beating this drum. TJ Bongiorno now says Yapper, new RTD that he released. Yapper now accounts for 10% of revenue less than 3 months from launch. Goated. Where is my Yapper? Here is my Yapper. Here is my Yapper, TJ. There's forever enshrined on the wall of fame here behind us on Ecomm Cowboy. Launch more products, ladies and gentlemen. You can bring us back, Jack. Launch more products. Launch more products. As the one and only Alex Griefeld has told us several times, your LTV is kind of baked in when people purchase based on like, do I have more stuff that they want?
Exactly. Yeah.
If you don't have a subscription, like you got to have more stuff that people actually want to come and buy from you.
Yeah, and this is a super nerdy kind of analogy that I'm going to use, but you should think about your brand almost like a stock portfolio. You should diversify off and not over index into one stock and one stock by one SKU, one hero SKU. You need to diversify out because there's a chance you need to think about this, trends come in waves. Your SKU that you have right now that is that quote unquote hero SKU, it could become out of the zeitgeist. It could become uncool. If you're only leaning on that one SKU and you haven't diversified out and built out subsequent products that have launched, you are getting destroyed. But if you've launched 5 or 6 other products, that SKU at that point only makes up, I don't know, 20% of your revenue. That's a much easier, cost to eat other than like, hey, this SKU accounted for 85% of our revenue, and now we have to replace that. And now we are kind of behind the 8 ball.
I would say a great analogy from you,
Thank
Colin
you.
Doherty.
Thank
One
you. I
shot
appreciate that.
Doherty. This is a great point. One can build generational wealth by being correct on, GameStop. Like you can be a
Sure.
roaring kitty or SpaceX or Tesla. Like one can build generational wealth that way, but maybe that's only for a short time. Maybe it's not forever. And why not build out an S&P 500? Just a little this, little that, little here and there, and diversify your SKU portfolio that way. That's a great analogy from you.
Chris, can I tell you my fantasy? My fantasy is basically
Wait. Is this safe for work? Are we?
it's safe for work. It's
Okay, all right.
basically I have I have a brand and it's a subscription brand. It's probably
You have one now. You have one.
Yeah,
now.
assume I
You
have
do?
a supplement. No, I don't.
Okay, let me just say before you keep going. Actually, Colin did have a subscription brand that he shut down right before we got on this show. Right before we started this show.
Which totally would work. You know what I mean? It totally works in all everything.
Why don't we spin it back up? Why don't we spin it up? I asked you to let me buy it from you. Do you remember this? I actually advocated, let me buy the thing from you. Do you remember this? You shut me down.
Yeah.
You shut me down.
Yeah. So
would you let me buy it from you now or no?
It's gone. I destroyed it basically. But there's like this fantasy of like, you have your one hero SKU. It's a subscription. You're buying like 5 or 6 times, and then you have like 8 or 9 subsequent SKUs, all subscription based, that are all around that main SKU, that are just leading to this like 1,000, 1,500.
You already had this.
I had this built out, and I didn't feel like doing it. I wasn't passionate about it.
Yeah, you didn't feel juiced about it. You didn't have.
So that's the thing is like I didn't have the juice, but like logistically on paper, the economics of it worked perfectly. And it's a great brand. It's a great idea. I finished all the branding, all that, all the stuff was set up with the 3PL.
Can we get a little we need some encouragement from the chat. We need people to say, Colin, don't give up. Let's spin the thing back up. Let Chris buy it from you. I mean, something. I mean, you already had the thing built. I know it's like, quote, it's gone, but it's not really gone. I mean, is it gone? How gone is it really?
I don't even know where the inventory is. I would have to check with 3PL.
Anything's possible. Anything's possible. Moving forward in our lightning round, Corgi Cafe. Corgi Cafes, we have noted here many times, a big fan of, especially when you have a scroll down, producer Jack, show the good people, Corgi Cafe. We have denoted this is such a smart move on them. Corgi sells like AI business insurance. Am I correct in that? I believe that's correct. Okay. They have these Corgi Cafes, AI always a little bit of a, what is this thing? What is this product? How do I introduce people to the thing? How do I make them like me? Their branding and marketing has been incredible. They've been spinning up these Corgi Cafes. And the tweet here says obligatory Corgi Cafe review as a visitor from NYC. Love the ideas. Execution needs work. Okay. This is from Vincent Vander Meulen. Interior lighting wise, it's not cozy. It's a bit dirty, kind of like a budget hotel. So he's kind of running it down. Okay. He's running it down a little bit. But Nico, who I believe is the founder Nico, I believe, he's the CEO of Corgi. Nico has this to say. Go back, producer Jack. I'm going to read. Yeah. Let's read it together. The point of the Corgi Cafe, Nico says, isn't the interior design, although that's something we're improving. And there's a lot more coming soon with the cafe. The point of the Corgi Cafe is it's the only place where I'm 100% certain that there are billion-dollar companies being founded, probably several per month. So many people have told me that they met a VC who gave them a term sheet in the cafe, or applied to YC and got in while there, or met their co-founder, or got their dream job, etc. Critiquing the aesthetics is missing the point. It's like me saying YouTube isn't good because the like button design isn't very pretty. The Corgi Cafe is a network effect product. I think that Nico has got some sauce.
Oh
here.
my gosh, that
Give
last
me-
line is absolute gas. The Corgi Cafe is a network effect product. Think about that. They basically have just built this thing as like a full-on networking arm. So Corgi now has they're hosting the party. They're hosting where you met your founder, met XYZ, done all of these things. That is absolutely incredible. I love this angle. And, maybe they're not the coolest thing in the entire world from an interior design perspective, but probably still got some decent coffee.
Yeah. And also, I'd like VC term sheet, please. Let me go. Let me go and raise around while I'm getting my espresso. Por favor.
Yeah, 100%.
To me, great idea. Still incredible. And Nico hits it right on the head. I'm sure they'll upgrade the aesthetics, but the bigger point is that it's now a meeting place for all of those who are doing interesting things on the interwebs and building with AI. I think incredible.
Yeah, we need more cafes. Every day, I think America needs to be more Italian. And we can do that by having more cafes with older gentlemen that are reading the newspaper outside, socializing about the best soccer match that happened over the weekend.
Let me just pitch something here. Let me just pitch something to you here. What if I know we're not in the same city, me and you. We're not.
Right.
I have to ruin, if you didn't know that, me and Colin are not in the same city. Now, I'm laboring hard to make that happen again by moving him here. And that may not happen. But what if we were to create our own, little Ecomm cafe right here?
Oh, terrible idea.
Cafe. Why? Why is that a bad idea?
Hate it so much.
Why is that a bad idea?
The restaurant business is the worst business for a reason.
No. We're not selling coffee. The coffee is free. We just want the vibes and the brain power, the people. I'm not trying to sell coffee. I just want to drink coffee with other like-minded people.
So we just have a building that people hang out in?
Yes, that is exactly the case. Yes.
I don't think you can just do that legally.
I can't invite people over for coffee. I think I can.
No, you need there's sanitation laws and stuff.
I have people in my home often. And,
you're talking about at your house, or you're talking about a cafe?
Who knows where this studio is?
There's health codes and stuff.
This is an undisclosed location. But if you know, you know
the health code.
If you know, you know. You agree with me on this. You agree with me. You do.
Oh, it's a nightmare idea.
It's incredible.
It's a nightmare idea. I don't want the health code knocking on my door. That sounds like a terrible idea.
I don't need any health code people knocking on my door. Wherever this undisclosed location is, it's a very sanitary place. Next in our lightning round, back to school deals are already here. Story surfaced by the Wall Street Journal. As shoppers spread out spending to manage their budgets, more retailers are promoting deals with summer sales, such as Amazon's Prime Day, and many retailers already getting into back to school. We're not even halfway through the summer. I have to say, I was in a Costco recently. I even saw some Halloween decorations already
saw Halloween
for sale.
Yeah.
Too early, Colin Doherty?
Yeah, I think it's a little too early. I saw some Halloween decorations over the weekend, honestly, too, which kind of spooked me because I was like, what the heck? It's way too early for that.
We haven't even hit July 4th yet.
It's crazy. I I mean, I guess if you get in front of it, you get the sales, you get the cash, but it just seems like we're kind of pushing this thing way too early.
I think we're a little early for back to
Yeah.
school, ladies and gentlemen. And I
We
think we're
haven't
way early for Halloween.
we haven't even celebrated the summer yet, you know?
Yeah. Let me get into the summer a little bit.
Let me
I don't want to buy skeletons right now.
Yeah, let me get some sparklers first. Let me get a couple crazy cool fireworks, and then let's talk about that.
And also, I don't want to buy backpacks yet. I don't even want to. I don't want to think about it.
Yeah, nobody wants
Too
to
early.
think about that right now.
Too
Yeah,
early.
It's so weird. Yeah.
Last in our lightning round, Google DeepMind and A24,
gosh.
the studio have announced a first of its kind research partnership. Today, Google DeepMind and A24 are announcing a first of its kind partnership focused on research. Collaboration pairs a world-leading research lab with the industry's most filmmaker forward studio. Perhaps you disagree.
True.
To help artists develop new workflows and techniques. This ensures the tools of the future are shaped by the creators who use them. Deep research and development collaboration, spanning multiple projects over time, anchoring Google DeepMind's innovations directly within the creative process. A24 and its filmmakers can help shape new technology in service of their vision and expand their storytelling possibilities. Provides Google DeepMind with invaluable feedback and guidance from leading artists. In addition, Google has made an investment in A24. Quote here to end things: we believe the best way to develop tools that empower artists is to work directly with them. By collaborating with filmmakers and industry leaders like A24 from the beginning, we can build new AI features to support artists in authentic, meaningful storytelling that enables their creative vision. Co-founder and CEO of Google DeepMind. I think this is interesting.
Yeah.
I hope this leads to me being able to make more and cooler ads. Like I'm down. I'm down if it helps me make more ads. I think a lot of the movies that A24 makes are incredible. I think the recent Obsession movie was out of A24, wasn't it? Or was it not?
Exactly.
It was.
Yeah, just past 300 million.
It's just a few bucks.
Just $2.
I'm not sure what this evolves to. Maybe it saves Hollywood, which right now not many movies being made there.
Yeah.
But I find it interesting, and I want Google to do more of this, especially if I can make better ads with it.
Yeah, I would say A24 is probably the best studio right now, period, for filmmakers. They have had a generational run for the past 5 years. I'm a bit of a movie, I'm a movie guy. I love movies. Everything that A24 has put out, for the most part, has been absolutely minted gold. And now you have the, tech giant that is Google now jumping on and throwing $75 million into the pot of A24. I only hope that they don't have any creative control over what gets pushed out, with the vehicle that is A24. But I think A24 is going to give them a ton of, incredible data that Google can now move forward with, which is amazing.
Couple watch and reacts here to get to before our next illustrious guest, the one and only Jamil Bhuya, co-founder and head of growth of Otherhalf Studio, joins us. Before we get there, ladies and gentlemen, let us talk about the one and only Rich Panel. Your CX team is buried in repeat tickets that are costing you money. Refunds, order tracking, subscription cancellations. Rich Panel is the AI help desk that fixes this massive headache, automates 70 to 80% of the interactions. You're only responsible for exceptions. Your team of Rich Panel AI agents has got you on the rest end to end. If you're paying $2 to $10 a ticket, you need to see what 30 cents feels like. Ridge cut their cost per ticket by 70%, save $500,000 per year. By making the switch, migration takes less than 2 weeks and your CSAT score is going up. 50% autonomous resolution in 30 days, guaranteed, or your money back. Go to richpanel.com, book your demo. It is a no-brainer. Tell them Colin I sent you many thanks for Rich Panel being part of this show. Now, watch and react here. We've got a couple of AI ads to review here. What happened? What happened?
Oh, these are great. I mean, these are just
great.
wild. They're wild ads.
This is a street interview AI ad here coming our way via Lucky Jane. We're going to watch, react, review. Play this for us. Sound on, producer Jack.
How old is your cat? She just turned 2. She's honestly so energetic and plays all day.
That's amazing. What do you feed her?
There is this brand called Jinx who provide cat food. It's a bit expensive, but their chicken are cage-free and my cat looks more healthy.
Do you think food actually makes a difference?
100%. Wait, let me show you. So this was her a few months back, and this is her now. The difference is just
Pretty good.
obvious.
How old is your cat?
This is very close to perfect.
It's
There's
close.
a little bit of like the voice that's like
It's the
little.
voice. It's always the
It's
voice.
It's a little not quite there yet. 5 months from now, that's going to be gold. That's going to be perfection. The format of that ad, the ability to, cook all of that stuff in there, to do the actual brand, to do the before and after, to, throw in some value props and benefits. All of that was baked into a 30-second ad that looked like a street interview. Crazy.
It did. It looked like a street interview. I would say I can tell.
You
I
can
can
tell.
tell with the voice. I can tell.
But
Now, and one has to add the now you have to add the hey, this is an AI person. Like you have to state all that now, especially if you're going to be running in New York. You have to state it anyway, really, to keep yourself covered. But I can tell because of the voice. I will say I find the format very interesting. She did the before and after. They worked in the before and after later on with the cat. Interesting way they went about that. I don't think it's as good as some of the AI generated UGC what like that we've reviewed from Frankie Ecomm. Frankie's always
Right.
I consider Frankie to be like top of the line when it comes to this kind of stuff. But I think the format's interesting. I think Josh Suggs from Street Talk would say, "Get that out of my kitchen." I think is what he would say. He would say, "No. We gotta go. I'm actually in New York on the streets." But I think a very interesting format.
really interesting format. I bet you this would do incredible numbers.
Let's see our second one. This comes to us by way of Bogdan Zabs 96. He says one of the biggest supplement brands, Resilia, right now has almost 6,000 active ads using AI. One of the main ways they reach the number of variety and quantity they are able to test. So instead of thinking if you should or shouldn't use AI in your ad account, I think the conversation should be more like this. How do we use AI to maximize the amount of diversity and quantity we can test every week? I have not heard of Resilia, but I do have to say I previewed this video and like an incredible job. Unhinged is the right word. Let's play this sound on, producer Jack.
Honey, I don't mean to embarrass you. I'm here because your body thinks it needs protection. Whoa, what are you doing? Eating salad isn't gonna make me go, honey.
I'm working out and you're still here. Why?
Babe, that's just gonna make me grow.
What do you mean?
Look, when everyday life stresses you out, your cortisol spikes. It tells your body you're in danger. So your body tells me to grow in all the places that make you feel ugly.
But why?
I pile into your belly, your arms, your cheeks, and here in your double chin. Because thousands of years ago, I was used for insulation to keep you warm and snug and safe.
Great
I only
historical
became a problem
piece.
100 years ago, darling, when, central heating became a thing.
So how do I get you to leave?
You still don't like me, huh?
All right, here's how to get rid of me.
Tell your body that it's safe in 2 ways. Help your body respond to cortisol better and stop the stress signals at their source.
And how do I do that? Oregano and black seed, babe. Oregano contains
Babe?
carvacrol, the active compound that cleanses your gut of bad bacteria. Because right now you have millions of them sending stress signals straight to your brain.
And black seed contains thymoquinone, basically nature's stress solution. It calms cortisol levels and tells your body everything's okay.
Where do I get them? On Amazon?
Oh no, honey. Most Amazon supplements are microdosed and stuffed with fillers. Give me some Resilia instead. USA made, third-party tested, and they combine oregano and black seed oil at the right doses. Thousands noticed visibly lighter bellies, slimmer arms, and tighter faces in a matter of weeks.
Is it expensive?
Well, that depends when you buy. If you get some now, you'll get up to 70% off and a 30-day money-back guarantee. So if you don't notice any changes in the mirror, you can get every penny back. Now hurry along, dear. Click the link below before the sale ends.
Masterpiece.
Crazy find. Absolute
Crazy
crazy.
find.
I mean, it's unbelievable. I didn't think in 2026 I thought we'd have flying cars, but instead we are having talking neck fat videos that are
Yes.
ads. And I bet you that rips. I bet you that rips. I bet you it converts. Both of those ads, I bet you destroy. And that's why I pulled them up and wanted to tag them and note them because they crush. Those will absolutely crush.
Number of things that they worked in there. Number one is the historicity piece. Like this wasn't a thing until 100 years ago, thousands of years ago, blah, 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 blah. That's like effective. Number two, like absolving the customer of guilt. Like this isn't your fault, you know. Like you can work hard and and actually it's not going away. It's not going away because of like human nature. You know, it's your DNA. It's like how we're designed to survive. And it's your cortisol, you know, like absolving them of guilt.
Sure.
Number two, great. And then they didn't even say like what it is. They just gave like the base ingredients. You need like black pepper and you need olive oil, you know. They didn't even say like what it was until like deep in the video, which I think was unique. I probably would have tried to sneak it in earlier, but they waited a long time to sneak that piece in. And then like, how much is it? Is it expensive? Well, that depends. Right now there's a sale, you know, all of that's so good. That's really good.
Yeah, it's an interesting way that they have basically used someone's neck fat to leverage a conversation between two parties to get the points across.
Yeah.
So they're using AI to, you know, basically give personas to inanimate objects to allow for the back and forth conversation. That's kind of the key piece here where like, yes, it's hilarious. It's like using the neck fat as like the inanimate object, but you can use other inanimate objects just throughout the world and have those be talking with the end consumer in the video and having this type of conversation back and forth. That's really the through line to this, where like that's the format.
Yeah, I think masterfully done, and interesting way to use the technology today to, you know, spin a compelling narrative that's relevant, easy to watch. The fact that it's all cartoonish, to me, like makes it even more delightful to watch. You know,
Totally.
There's something about that. Multiple ways to utilize AI, and now we know Resilia exists. Who knew? We have the one and only Jamil Bhuya coming to us. Is he here yet, Producer Jack? Is he with us? Not yet. He is coming though. Before he gets here, ladies and gentlemen, let us talk about the one and only Axon by App11. If you are running a D2C brand and you're not on Axon yet, you're leaving money on the table. And nobody likes to do that. Axon gets you in front of more than 1 billion new customers inside the games that everyone loves to play. Solitaire, Mahjong, Candy Crush, etc. More people play mobile games too than you think. We're talking mainstream, financially comfortable, household decision makers. The unlock is the format, okay? People watching your ads on average for 35 seconds instead of 0.35 seconds in whatever feeds you're already spending your ad dollars on. And it converts. I know from experience. One of my friends struggling Q4 meta was tripping. We got him over to Axon, up and to the right, resurrected the quarter. You can get going in less than an hour and scale up to 100K per day in spend in less than a week. Wayfair, Dr. Squatch, your favorite brands are already there. Get in now before your competitors do. Go to axon.ai/en/Ecomm Cowboy. Tell them that Colin and I sent you. Many thanks for Axon being part of this show. Now, what I will say is Jamil at Otherhalf, this guy has got some incredible brands that he has worked with.
Unbelievable.
It's like significant. Like you pull up his website too. I don't know. Can we pull up the website, Producer Jack? Go to Otherhalf.studio. Otherhalf.studio. And for our listening audience, for those who don't know, if you're trying to sell brand first experiences built to convert visitors into revenue, if you're trying to sell a website, like probably a good idea to make your website look incredible. Otherhalf.studio. Okay, look at this thing. Look at this website. I mean, it's and what I'll say, like scroll up a little further, Producer Jack. Look over there on the right, in the works. See that little in the works? Look at that. They're letting everybody know, like, hey, this is who we are working with right now. Flex.
So good. Flex.
Piece, Hollow, Regimen Lab, like all of that. It's like a ticker. It's like a ticker for like, hey, here's who's currently in process. Pretty incredible. And then you keep scrolling down. I mean, the Liquid Plus, the Liquid Salad project. Do you remember this guy from the New York
You love
Times?
this guy.
Love this guy. Fart maxing.
You love this guy. Fart maxing.
Yeah, fart maxing, which is, it's so hilarious that he went viral with fart maxing, and his like brand is so like bougie. Liquid Salad. But these experiences that they got here are like, they're gorgeous, man. It's like the proof is in the pudding, you know. I just scroll the website. It's like, this is what you do. Like, show me an incredible website. Scroll down here. You see all this, like, look at all these numbers and the fanciful like movings around. Like, I'm already like convinced that they know what they're doing.
Yeah, it's very much dog fooding your own product, because it's like, well, who do I trust with a really good website designer? Probably someone who has an incredible website.
Yeah, exactly.
Here you go. It's right here.
Here it is. See the thing. Also, company that we have talked about here. We had one of their investors on the show, Half Day. Look, I mean, look at the Half Day.
Yeah.
Look at that. Look at how gorgeous that thing is. Yeah, I've never heard of big ass luxuries, but it's beautiful products nevertheless. Beautiful website to present a luxurious product. I believe that the one and only Jamil Bhuya is with us right now. He is co-founder and head of growth at Otherhalf Studio. Serial entrepreneur, has done many things. I even, heard once upon a time he built a burgers and fries forever, and I wish that I could have eaten there. I don't believe it's here now. I believe he is helping all of us have beautiful converting experiences on the interwebs for all of the D2C darlings that you love. Everybody, welcome inside of the show, the one and only Jamil Bhuya. Jamil, get in here.
Come on, guys.
There we go. We got him. Jamil, how are you doing,
back.
sir? We got you back. Welcome to the show. We appreciate you making the time to join us.
Oh, thank you for having me. First of all, I feel my camera quality is not doing justice compared to what you guys have in your setup. So apologies there right off the hop.
No apologies.
All good.
Jamil,
All good.
we are trying to present ourselves on the internet as winsomely as you present Otherhalf on the internet.
Exactly.
I mean, that we were just scrolling this website, a masterpiece, a work of art. Methinks that you guys know what you're doing over there.
Yeah.
The team, they know. The team, they know. For me, it's still, up in the air if I know what I'm doing, but that's a different story.
Yeah, right. I don't believe that at all, man. Brother, I'd love for you to like just give us some background on Otherhalf to start here. I have heard, I don't know if this is true, Jamil, but I have heard that you guys did like $500,000 in work or so before you even got a website up. That's what I have heard. Is there any truth to that, man? Because that's incredible if so.
Yes, there is truth to that. I'll paint the picture in the story. Long story short, my other half was literally founded by my other half, my better half, my wife. She used to be a product and UX designer at Shopify pre-IPO. So she knows the ecosystem, the platform very well, used to do a lot of UX research and just, designed and helped design the platform to figure out how to, customers actually go through this, what makes them buy, and then obviously help design a lot of things at Shopify. We actually were our own brand for a little bit called Yellow Beauty, sold in retailers like Urban Outfitters and Anthropic, so we know the merchant side. And then just to speed up, the story and get to today, she was director of design at Sharma Brands for Nick Sharma, if you're familiar with them.
Of course.
So she worked on some really cool brands there. They worked with like Everlane, Hexclad, Feastables, like some really cool brands there. And from there, like she left to do freelance. The freelance kind of quickly snowballed into its own agency, and it was just like, she couldn't keep up with the work, so we started hiring, and then it wasn't until I kind of started moonlighting as like head of growth, whatever you want to call the position. There wasn't really a name. It was just me heading out to events and like helping drum up some business. And this was while I was still kind of involved in the restaurant industry. And long story short, before we knew it, we were kind of like going to our first US show, which was Shop Talk. This was last year in March. And yeah, it was like we were both making a joke. We're like, what the hell are we doing? Like, we still don't have a site. Like, we can't go to this big show. We didn't even have a name at the time, actually. So that's, yeah.
Incredible, man. I love that. That's incredible. That was just last year. That's wild.
Yeah, that was last year.
That's absolutely bananas. I mean, could you talk to us a little bit too about this like near bankruptcy story that you guys have kind of toted out there, where you guys kind of were in a bad spot and then it's just been an explosion since then?
Yeah, so the bankruptcy, that was more to do with like the restaurant stuff. It was just COVID hit, you know, it was like, it was really tough. I had 4 locations, had to shut down 2. One of my investors, like their investor pulled out on them. So it was just like capital dried up while we're in the middle of expanding. And like with a lot of businesses, it's kind of like you're either growing or you're dying. There is no like status quo. And unfortunately, if you're not growing, like you're dying. And that's what kind of happened to us. We expanded too quickly. Capital ran out. COVID hit. It was just like a series of events. I had to shut 2 down. And yeah, it was probably the 6 hardest months of my life. Just like, every day woke up crying, like every day thinking, like, I'm going to lose my house. I'm going to lose this. And I kind of said I was like a cockroach. I didn't know how to give up because I literally just couldn't imagine losing it all. So it was kind of like every day just wake up and figure it out. Whether it's like talking to lawyers, trying to like make a deal, stripping it back, like firing people, closing down locations. I got sued a couple times. It was just like, like I can sit back now and like look at it and kind of laugh. Because then it all comes down to like, it's just all money at the end of the day. And I have to remind myself that, like, you know, I have a friend of mine who always reminds me, like, he used to be an addict, entrepreneur, everything. And he was like, his sponsor from AA used to tell him like, hey, do you have someone trying to fucking stab you in the neck with an ice pick right now?
Oof.
No,
Oof.
you don't have no problems. Like, it's just money. The bar for failure in North America is so high that like, ooh, you go bankrupt, you can go live with your family, you're not going to jail. Like, so, you know, it's a lot of like dealing with these mental emotions sometimes of like, you know, just learning to like brush it off, like survive and keep moving forward. Because things aren't that bad.
It's gold. It's gold, Jamil. That's gold, brother. That's gold. And yeah, thank the good Lord I don't have somebody coming at my neck with an ice pick, right? We can just keep going. We can just keep going. That's
keep on going,
man. And tell me this, Jamil. I mean, you have done, like, you guys together, and of course you guys separately, y'all have done so many things. I mean, your wife on the Shopify side, Sharma, you on the food side, you guys have built in beauty and the agency, you know, model now. I mean, there's a couple of things that stand out to me. And if I'm correct, I think that you guys take projects. You don't have like a recurring model, like you stick with me forever. Is that the case, Jamil?
Yeah, so currently the agency is built on a project structure for a couple of reasons. We do our best work that way. When the timelines are defined, the deliverables are locked in, you can actually resource better typically. And I'm not saying this like, this is a very blanketed statement I'm about to make. With like the typical agency model, when you're on a retainer, typically the retainer itself, you become like, I mean, I was about to say, are we okay to swear on this? Who the fuck am I kidding?
Yeah, we are.
You become the bitch of the client, kind of, where it's like you become beholden to, you become like a 911 agency, and it actually creates a lot of stress where it's like, this is not working. Why the fuck isn't it working suddenly? And it's like, oh shit. And it creates a really stressful environment, especially for creatives. And that's like what we pride ourselves on. There's a lot of dev shops out there. We're more of like a front end design dev shop. So in a nutshell, we build beautiful high converting websites. That's it. Like that's in a nutshell what we do. We're doing a lot more branding and packaging now, but that requires a certain type of talent. Most agencies have like developers as their stars. Our stars are designers. So because of that, they're used to working in a certain workflow. So like you can only be creative so many hours a day. So if you're bouncing around between like...
I agree with you.
Yeah.
I totally agree with you.
So if you're bouncing around between 10 projects in a week and you're constantly context switching from industry to like even category, like you're just going to produce shit work. So for us, like I think we will eventually do retainers. We're actually getting more retainer requests as we go up mid-market because the bigger brands, they don't want to update their own stuff, which is fine. But we don't want to make the mistake that we've seen because I have a lot of other agencies as mentors, which is like when you put the same people on project work and retainer work, that's the fastest way to burn out and losing good talent. And at the end of the day, agency model is about its people. I don't have a product. The product is the service. It's the give a shit. It's the delivery, the delivery. And so if I burn out my number one resource, then I don't really have an agency per se, right? Like I sell to people, people create for people, people are informing to the other people. Like it's a very, we use AI, we do all that stuff. But at the end of the day, it's a very people-oriented business in like all directions.
Totally.
Wow. This is incredible perspective.
This is incredible. Yeah, this is incredible perspective.
It's incredible perspective. And I think especially coming from this vantage point of creatives and where your emphasis lies as far as surface. And this is something that's very little discussed. It's very little discussed. And I think you are right on about. I think you're right on about it and protecting your people and being able to deliver the best product at the end of the day. That's significant, Jamil.
I think it's hot shit and hot topic right now to shit on people that like, oh, we can get rid of people because of AI. But like, we are very much the opposite where we're like, AI is actually creating the need for better designers because there's more slop out there. But slop aside, it's kind of like what happened during the dropship era. Now people are ripping off and reskinning stores. And what ends up happening is you have no more brand. Your moat is your brand, right? Like what makes Gruns behind you special, like on the counter? Because it's called Gruns. People know it as Gruns. They don't know it as vitamin supplement I need to take every day because it's good for me. They know it as Gruns. The moat is Gruns. So if everything looks the same in an era where now you can pump out things more than ever, how do I know if your creative's not real? How do I know your product's not real? How do I know? It's like Amazon reviews and Google reviews. As soon as people know the reviews are gamed, you're fucked. The trust is gone. They're like, hey, I need to now buy a physical product from a digital store on something I don't trust. This is a hard uphill battle. And I think with like, now I'm going to go on like an AI tangent. I'll keep it super tight because I know there's more to chat about here. What we're seeing with clients is actually people coming up to us like, we don't want you to use AI creative. Like, if you use AI creative, we don't want that. And we're like, cool, we don't use that anyways. And at the end of the day, it's like we use AI for like ops because like what we've done is made project managers redundant. So we don't have project managers in our agency. We're asynchronous, so we don't even take calls with clients.
Really?
So like, yes. I'll take them on sales calls until we sign them, but after onboarding them, we don't do calls. So
Colin loves this right now.
Wait a minute.
Colin loves this so much. He
You-
loves this so much.
My spider senses just went up a wall right now. You gotta tell me how you're doing this, and if you have a system, I will buy it today from you.
We have a system, like high level, super high level. So all of our presentations are done via Loom. So as soon as we're ready, we send it over with a half an hour to 1 hour Loom. Because even with creatives, what ends up happening is when you're on a live feedback call, getting cut off in the middle of the presentation is one of the most frustrating ways to fuck your creative flow up. And then from there, you start debating over things that really are irrelevant. I don't like this color. I don't like this placement. It's like, yo, let me just get through my shit and explain to you the whole thing. And if you don't like something, leave the comment directly in Figma. So we give them access to the Figma file because it also creates a paper trail. So there's no he said, she said. You know, we can't debate about what was said. It's said there, right? And it also allows us to, before we waste time trying to interpret what they mean, we could ask for clarification. It's like, okay, if you don't like this, can you give us an example of something you do like, whether it's a screen share? Oh, I like Grun's subscription buy box and I like how they do this. Oh, okay, cool. I can use that feedback. So you have a Slack channel, everything's presented via Loom, you get Figma feedback. That basically eliminates all of our calls more or less. And from there, clients, like the pitch too is like, hey, most agencies spend anywhere from 30 to 40% of the hourly rate on project management and like internal comms. If we're not getting on calls all the time, if I'm not producing a deck for you every week, if I'm not getting on a 1 hour call with you, I can send you things way faster. Our project timelines are tighter. And then you and your team can watch it 20 times over in different time zones and then give us proper feedback. So then we also build in a feedback like timeline where it's like, hey, you have a full week, go crazy, write it. We just ask you streamline it through one person so the writing style is consistent and there's no contradiction. And we've done this with over 60 projects. We've got over a dozen active projects. We're doing this right now. It works. We've been using it. We're very happy with it. Clients love it. We do get 1 or 2 that push back, and we even build it into the contract that if you need a call, we'll do it, but it's at this hourly rate. Everyone understands because like our whole thing is like, you're paying us for delivery, not for project management.
So
right.
So if they really push you, you are then baking in an hourly rate for that extra call. Yeah, that makes a ton of sense. That makes a ton of sense. I mean, yeah, Chris knows I absolutely love this. This is so smart. I think this is the future of how agencies are being run right now. Because I cannot tell you how many agency guys I talk to that I look at their calendars and it is like 15 minute, 20 minute, 15 minute, 20 minute, 15 minute. And I'm like, when are you doing the work? And they're like, well, I got to get these done. I got to get these like things done because I think it moves the business forward. But I'm like, well, when are you doing the actual client work? When are you doing that? Because like you have to do all these and then you come out of it, I'm sure gassed. And it's such a good insight from you. I absolutely love this.
Yeah, it kills your creativity too. It does
kills
mine.
it.
Yes.
When I'm in calls all day, my capacity for creativity is like waning as we go.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's a huge reason why we're project based because we can actually make it work like that. Again, deliverables are defined, milestones are set. If you're on retainer based, like you can only get away with that for so long, in my opinion, before clients like, no, we need to hop on a call. We need to understand because like you're constantly creating net new scope of works really in a retainer based model. And again, like from an MRR perspective, retainer is way more predictable. With this type of agency, you're constantly hunting. But I would argue what agency isn't like you got to feed the beast in an agency. Like
have to.
Yeah.
Tell me this, Jamil, on as far as growth is concerned. I mean, I'm having talked all this right now. I mean, you've got me thinking about like your restaurant background, ops, and I mean, it seems like you got a ton of wisdom on that side. Really, it's what it does. But talk to me about growth. Talk to me about growth because, my understanding, and this is like everybody really. The majority of deal flow is coming through. It's coming through relationships. But right. also like the biggest number one problem. I mean, we just had I believe we had Andrew Foxwell on here.
Andrew Foxwell
on here talking about it. Biggest number one problem for every agency too is it's deal flow. It's leads. Talk to me about how you think about that with Otherhalf. Project based, that being part of it. Man, how do you think about growth and continuing to have more projects to work on?
So last year when I got in, I was like just on the side moonlighting as like whatever my title is now. The title changes. I'm a co-founder. Right now it's head of growth. Prior to that, it was managing partner. We're always trying to figure out how to encompass my role because really I have zero agency experience or background prior to this. I have zero sales background, zero B2B background. Like I used to run restaurants and then had a skincare business. That was bootstrapped. So I think from day one, what I realized attending trade shows at restaurants was like, you gotta simply just make people like you and trust you. That's it. Like,
yeah,
if they don't like you and trust you, you're fucked. You're kind of like everything is ruined from there. Because you're selling a service and like it's a high ticket service. So someone's really got to put a lot of faith into the work, but also all the shit you're talking to back it up. Yeah. Right? Because like I've heard some of these guys make the craziest promises, and we've had clients come to us just burned by big agencies. Like overpromise, underdeliver. And I think at the end of the day, it's still like AI be damned. Like it's one human buying from another human, right? Like I am slinging some type of an emotion, and that emotion should hopefully satisfy an outcome that you're looking for. And most of the time it's trust. It's like, I just want to know I'm not going to get burned. The work's going to be good. You're going to deliver on time. The budget, like they're pretty simple things, but how do I communicate that in a complex matter? So like what I did early on was just like, I schmoozed as hard as I could. That's the only way to put it. Like in plain English is like, I did not know what the hell I was doing. I did not know how to pitch, but it was like, I was always eager to learn and listen. And Toronto had a very strong Shopify ecosystem, especially with partners. So I would go and find the top partners, and literally I would just like shamelessly ask them like, hey man, this is what I'm doing, blah, blah, blah. Like, who should I meet? You know, give me some feedback on the pitch. Like, does it make sense? And I even would start before attending Ecomm events, I would go to tech events. So like, it's not pure D2C. And I would practice my pitches there because I knew if I fucked up, it really wouldn't have much of an implication on my buyer. Because sales is like practice, right? It's like, it's confidence, it's practice. It's a very human thing, right? Like talking to someone random is not easy. So like, you're going to get nervous. You're going to stumble your words. You're going to maybe overstate something. So it's like, again, it's like, I like to talk about humanity because AI is such in the forefront, but it's like, I'm just a dude who used to run restaurants, and now it's like my biggest deals come through relationships. And what I've learned as an agency is, especially as a new one, is I'm a nobody. All right. So because I'm a nobody, I better come and bring this word people like to call value, whatever value looks like. Value could be leads. Value could be sponsorships. Value could be you're new to the role, you're doing biz dev, your boss is on your ass about hitting certain KPIs. Yeah. You just need a lead to even show your boss you can create some momentum. Cool. I'll be your ally early on, right? So it's kind of like find out the human aspect of what that person's job is and like what gives them the most anxiety and like, exploit it. I don't want to say exploit it, but it's like,
positively. Yeah.
At the end of the day, listen, if you're in sales and partnerships, we both want something out of this.
That's right.
So instead of making it overly transactional by dancing around what the hell it is, just be straight up. And like, again, as long as I like you and trust you, like, and it makes sense, like for me, I have a big book of business with sponsors because like I throw a bunch of events. I'm throwing like the biggest after party for like .dev. Last year we had like 1,000 RSVPs. We were at 500 this year.
Golly, bro. Come on.
Well, hold on. Yo, guys, it's called, one sec. I'm going to put it in the chat here super quickly. Yeah. It's actually called Cowboy Coral. During that
Cowboy Corral.
Cowboy Corral. Oh, there you go. See, my accent needs a little bit of work here, but
Cowboy Corral, producer Jack. We gotta bring up whatever link this is. Yeah, freshmint.com. bit.ai/something else I'm missing here.
There we
Fresh
go.
mint.
Yeah, it's a long thing.
Awesome.
So I think last year we had over 700 people show up, over 1,000 RSVPs during .dev. So like, because I have that book of business now, it's like if I meet with another agency or another, yep, there it is.
There it is.
So
let's go.
I'm affiliated with Partner Meetup there. And so like, again, it's like, I always try to help people, but maybe not in the way that's like super direct for them. So like most people think partnerships is all about like lead and deal flow, but it could even be like, hey, as a partnerships manager, I'm looking to sponsor events. I'm looking to get people to my events, right? And it's like, you just have to be a little creative with like how you can help someone, and like eventually they'll scratch your back. And like half my business is just direct leads. And then the other half is like whatever I can fish, farm, and shake out of my pockets.
I love it.
I love it. Incredible.
Well, I think everybody who's going to .dev, even if they're just in Canada, they need to figure out how to beg, borrow, and steal their way to the Cowboy Corral. Is that fair, Jamil? I mean, I think everybody needs to go and find that thing.
Still spots?
I think everybody does. Yeah. Like I said, the venue can hold like, I don't want to say up to 1,000, but quite a few people. I think we have over 500 RSVPs, and we're expecting about 1,000. So yeah,
incredible. Everybody needs to be there. If you're going to be at .dev, or if you're going to be around, you need to find your way into the Cowboy Corral. And Jamil, man, brother, you've got sauce. Got sauce. Is that fair, Colin? Is that fair?
Got sauce. He's got sauce the big agencies don't know about. That's what
Jamil, man, tell everybody where to find you, follow you, talk with you guys, man. If they want to get a project rolling, man, where do they go?
You can just DM me on LinkedIn. So that's Jamil Bhuya. Just look at that. You guys are really prepared. Just right here.
There we go.
Search me on LinkedIn. Or Otherhalf.studio. So it's all one word, Otherhalf.studio. Find me on IG, LinkedIn as well there. But just drop us a line, check out our site. We do some good work. We also do like branding and packaging work. We're starting to get into that as well, because all of our designers are like double, if not triple threats. We're always willing to work with like cool brands doing a lot of cool things. And hit me up. Would love to work with you guys.
Man, if we ever make our way up north of the Canadian border, if we ever make our way up there, we need to get some IRL time at the Cowboy Corral.
That's true.
Methinks.
Where are you guys?
Austin, Texas, and Charlotte, North Carolina.
I was gonna say I'm gonna be in New York next week for Summer Fancy Food, so got an event there if you guys are around.
All right. Jamil, a man about town, and not just his town, but all around North America. Jamil, we appreciate you making the time to join us, brother. Doing great work inside of our space and place. We look forward to having you back, man. Thank you, brother.
Gents, thank you. It was a pleasure. Take care.
Wow. Dialed in. I mean, the sauce that a lot of agency owners should be paying attention to right there. I mean, that is it's incredible stuff.
Yeah, that was juicy. And his angle on asynchronous, preserving creative energy, and man, how they do that, I think so smart for the work that they're doing and how they're executing. Gosh, that made all the sense in the world. That made all the sense in the world.
I mean, you and I both know I've talked to so many agencies at this point, and all they do is live in meetings of like 15, 20-minute death killers.
It hurts my soul.
And then they try to do the creative work for the client afterwards. And it's like, you can't, you're juiced. Like you lost it all in your 15, 20-minuters that are like context switching out. Like it's just, it's all gone.
Yeah. Yeah. It hurts. I think there's a lot there. And I will say, for me, Like I got more creative. I'm wanting to, but I need to it takes like after this show, like I need another window. Like my next
For sure.
window of creativity is like 9:30. Like if I can like make it to around 9:30 at night, then I've got there's another window. There's like a second wind of creativity that comes in the night watches. In the night watches, you can call me Batman. Moving forward here, a goated interview, by the way.
Goated interview.
Jamil Bhuya. Everybody should go talk with him at Otherhalf Studio. Moving forward here, a couple more watch and reacts, and then best of the rest and more as we make our way there. Ladies and gentlemen, let us talk about the one and only Intelligems. Intelligems, do you have a next big idea that could be game changer for your business? Is it a price change? Is it adding subscriptions, maybe a new bundle strategy or an app? Discovering and testing those high growth opportunities is exactly why Intelligems exists. AI powered testing platform that helps you find the changes worth making that are going to drive revenue to your bottom line. If you're looking for your next big idea, they've got you covered. Go to intelligems.io/audit. Okay. In just a few minutes, you're going to have 3 ideas that you can test today. AI-powered audit is totally free. Go to intelligems.io/audit. Tell them that Colin and I sent you. Many thanks for Intelligems being part of this show. Now, next watch and react here. Reseller heaven is a real thing. There is a YouTuber that recently bought a storage unit. For those who are not in the resale game or have never watched, what is that? Pawn shops.
Pawn shop.
Pawn Stars.
Oh, no, Storage Wars.
Storage Wars. Okay.
Yeah.
Storage Wars. They'll go buy a storage unit, and then whatever is inside of there is theirs. They get. Okay. There was a YouTuber who bought a storage unit that was full of goated Adidas gear. Okay. We're talking like unreleased, messy Adidas gear. Okay.
This is the dream.
This is the dream. He had over 6,000, over six figures in product, $125,000. We need to watch this, and we will react as we go. An incredible find. Adidas, spoiler alert, Adidas is asking for it back. Let's play this.
What?
Sound on. They are.
I bought this abandoned storage unit that belonged to an Adidas employee who hid away over $100,000 of brand new Adidas products. The weirdest part is we have no clue why. To recap what happened in the first episode, we found this auction and were able to figure out, based off the return address, that the labels were to an Adidas factory, which I don't think anybody else was able to figure out.
Goated research, by the way.
We realized there were over 300 boxes of Adidas products. We found club jerseys, we found soccer balls, we found messy sample cleats, and so much more. Today we're going to
messy sample cleats
item we have and come up with the value, which is over 6 figures. And after the first video went live, the owner reached out, so wait to see what happened. The owner did reach out after filming that clip, because obviously the video hadn't been posted yet, and the owner obviously works for this company, and from what I've gathered, their job is getting in sample products, and I don't know if it's to sample them to potential buyers at like stores or something, but I just know that they do work for the company and they got that stuff through work, obviously. And I've also heard that there are other people like this in other segments of this brand. Like people have the same scenario where they have storage units full of these products.
Crazy.
For a different division of the sportswear brand, just not specifically like soccer like ours. So if you didn't see,
okay, can you pause, producer Jack? Can you pause this? Do you know? Did you notice how he started saying the sportswear brand? Like at a certain point, he stopped saying Adidas. He just started saying the sportswear brand. Did you notice that?
Yeah, I didn't pick up on why though.
Yeah, it's interesting. I think there's something here about them trying to claw this back, especially the unreleased pieces. But at a certain point in the video, he just calls them the sportswear brand. He doesn't say Adidas, which is interesting. Okay, keep going, producer Jack.
I initially took part 1 down. After talking with the employee and trying to figure some things out, I ended up cutting out a bunch of the unreleased items. So there were things from spring summer 2027
Yeah.
that were in there. They were just
Yeah.
backpacks and socks. So it really wasn't anything that was some crazy secret collaboration. It was literally just backpack. It looked like backpacks had already been out. I was going to be selling the items on my website, and I'm no longer selling them on my website for now because I'm trying to figure out what to do.
Whack.
I have been in contact with the employee, not with Adidas directly. I have heard that they do want the items back for 2027. I don't know if they want all the other items back, and it's been over a week now since I've been in communication with them. And so right now I'm holding on to the items, figuring out what they want back, and if they do want the products back, obviously try to figure out some compensation for them getting their products back, because if you just saw, it's over $100,000 of MSRP value of items, and so with us paying $2,000 for the unit, we have to figure something out.
Crazy
I'm
find.
willing to work with Adidas because, you know, they're a huge brand. I've worked with them in the past. They've sent me sneakers, and you know, I'm not trying to sit here and cause any problems for Adidas, especially with stuff that they have coming out.
Pause here, producer Jack. So I think what's happening here is that he had an incredible find, which is like reseller heaven. Okay. And he's about to sell all this stuff, creating incredible content. And then he got the no, you know, employee reaches out and is like, hey, like this could mean like, you know, we've worked with you before in your YouTube. Like, you know, we don't want to do that. You know, it could mean blah, blah, blah. And so now he's like backtracking. I kind of just wish like he would just sell the stuff, you know. I think he's got other reasons why he's like, you know, kind of playing it gingerly. All the stuff's down off the website now.
That sucks so badly. This is so lame. This is the employee's fault for not paying the bill on the storage facility.
Exactly.
Like, there's a reason why this stuff is sold. Don't be like, you know, sell it back. We need it back now. Pay your bills. There's a reason why this stuff is sold, and now he owns it. This is his property now. You're not going to be able to like claw this back in a sense of like, you own this property. This employee lost this property. This should be on the employee's, you know, fault for this. Adidas should, you know, man up and be like, hey, cool, we'll give you $200,000 for everything. Our bad. And here's $200,000. We want to keep working with you. And then the employee gets a bit of a slap on the wrist of like, never do this again, or you're gone. Maybe, honestly, you might let him go at this point. But pretty wild stuff.
This post has got 14 million views. I think Adidas needs to work with this guy. They need to turn this into a win for them. Where this is right now. Oh, it's been a week. I haven't heard from the company officially, but he's trying to be ginger, you know, like I took the products down, and this is not a win for them. This is
14 million views.
They've got 14 million views. What they need to do is they need to utilize this moment, capitalize on it, and say, okay, like awesome YouTuber who like did incredible work and got this incredible deal. And now like you have our products and like there's unreleased stuff there. And like, we want to work with you now to create more content about this stuff, this stuff that you found. Releases. Yeah. Let's capitalize on the moment. You got it. Okay. Now capitalize on it, create more content around it. Like him showing it off, him selling it, him like, you know, do that. Don't do this like, hey, you know, you have to send that back. We want it back. Like, don't sell it, you know, all that. They need to work with him now to make more on this. It's already got 14 million views. Now they can do something even more incredible positively. Let's stay away from this like big corporate, you know, slap you on the wrist, no thing. I think they need to positively get on top of this and capitalize on the moment, get more eyeballs, man. This is a potentially great moment for them.
I agree. I totally agree. They need to seize the moment because Nike's been seizing the moments.
Nike's been seizing the moment. They have. Yep. Nike is, you know, I know, but as of late, they've been crushing.
Of late.
And Adidas needs to do the same here. Moving forward to best of the rest, ladies and gentlemen, let us talk about the only Seguno. Seguno is the only marketing suite that lives entirely inside of Shopify. What does that mean? It means your emails, your pop-ups, your banners, your reviews, they're all there where you already work and play every day. And it means you don't have to cede your trust to big email and their over attributed data. With Seguno, your Shopify data is your email data. This is email 3.0. It's a big reason why they won the 2024 Shopify Build App of the Year. One-click automations, actual humans that can help you, built for lean teams with big aspirations. Go get the advanced Shopify segmentation playbook at the URL scrolling across the screen. If you can test drive the platform for free, tell them Colin I sent you. They will extend that free trial to 30 days. Many thanks for Seguno being part of this show. Now, best of the rest. We have been periodically covering the story of Freddy. Freddy, the World Cup fan.
Legend,
I think is better. Freddy, the World Cup legend, who is here by way of Germany. He famously has Ronaldo as his URL.
Of course.
His profile pic.
Of course.
We have not seen his face. He was en route going to Canada, had some problem there. Connecting flight from Dallas to Canada had been canceled due to weather. Rebooked us on a flight tomorrow evening. Looks like they're going to miss the Germany match. Heartbreaking for Freddy. Legendary and kind of crazy, okay? The governor of Utah reached out, okay?
Dude.
Commented on the tweet, "Hey, Freddy, I'm the governor of Utah." Hey, Freddy, I'm the governor of Utah. Just a little positive marketing moment for the state of Utah here.
Positive.
And, Spencer Cox, trying to capitalize here. I'm the governor of Utah. I'm assuming someone has reached out to help you make it to your match tomorrow. If not, DM me and I will help you get there. Governor of Utah, Spencer Cox. Kind of a wild moment, okay? But I would say good on Governor Cox. Methinks there were other things going on in the state of Utah, but hey, if he can be a help to our visitor from Germany getting to Canada for the German match, then it's positive vibes. It's good feelings for a good marketing moment for the state of Utah. Your thoughts?
Great moment for the state of Utah. Also a great moment for the senator as well to rally some voters with an incredible move. Yeah. Just being like, hey, I'm going to help. And it's like, oh, that guy's awesome. Freddy's in the zeitgeist. Let's grab him. Let's get the state. Let's get the senator going. Let's rock and roll. Amazing. Amazing move.
Maybe have a few dirty sodas along the way.
There you go.
There you go. En route.
From Swig.
Yeah, from Swig or Crumble, and they're 186 grams of sugar in one cup.
Gross.
Groundbreaking, world record type stuff. Next, Instagram TV is a thing, and it is coming. This detailed to us by the one and only Rachel Carton. She brought this up. Scroll down first, producer Jack. I want to get this first tweet. She said, short form horizontal video, ? In today's newsletter, I wrote about why Instagram is feeling less vertical these days, and my theory that they might be putting their thumb on the scale as they prioritize television. Next, here she quote tweets right on cue. This from today. This from this morning. It says posted June 22nd, 2026. That is today at 4:30 p.m. I'm not sure how that happened because it's not 4:30 yet. But anyway, regardless, Instagram's TV app is coming to Samsung TVs in the US. Interesting partnership. The app launched late last year on Amazon Fire TV, did not know, and expanded to Google TV in February, had no clue. It's getting some new features too. You'll be able to watch stories, and Instagram is testing a dedicated home to watch horizontal videos as well. What I will say is, I don't really want to watch vertical. I don't want to watch a ton of vertical videos on TV.
It's a horrible experience.
I would love, though, if Instagram decides to no, we want to compete with YouTube on TV, and they push into horizontal formats. And I would love that. I think that would be a great idea.
Such a good move. They already have the inventory. This would just expand out more to horizontal. YouTube's already the proven concept here. I mean, this is such a great move. Get away from the TikTokification short form. Maybe push for some longer videos as well, like some really thick ones, 5, 15, 20-minute, 30-minute long videos. push those out, and now you're really competing with YouTube. I love this. This also means more horizontal ad inventory for all of our community.
You know, years ago, Patagonia, I'm sure they still do this, but they used to develop like these like mini documentaries, and they would put them on Instagram. Sometimes the move was like it started out this way. You see this little bar, and then say like, "Turn your video, turn your phone."
Yeah.
You know, and then it would like go this way. You know, I want to see them. I want to see IG take on YouTube in this way and provide incredible horizontal format video that's thick, with a little more length on it. I think that's so smart, and I want to see them do it and create inventory for us.
Yeah, and they need to crush this. The morale is low there.
Yeah, sad to say. Next, and I think of note for you, Figma's merch collab with Dinner Service New York. I didn't even know that this. I didn't even know they existed.
So sick.
I don't know what Dinner Service New York is. Tell us about it.
Oh, I don't know the dinner service. I'm pretty sure it's just they were taking a dinner, but this is the Figma merch collab where it's like, yes, you need to also be good culturally at merch if you want to be a cool software company. I totally agree with this. I think they crushed this. I think Rabo would absolutely love this. I love the fact that they're taking merch seriously. I think that companies need to take merch a little more serious, and this is an example of a home run.
I'm looking at Dinner Service New York right now. Their one-liner is elevated merch drops. That's what they do. Dinner Service creates clothing and collaborations born from design, culture, and story made to connect people through shared experiences. Apparently they do, like, this is what they do. And
exactly.
Right at the top of their website is Figma. Yeah, it's like shop the Figma rug me, the Figma waffle tee, Dinner Service supply company box, limited run curation of goods designed to drop you straight into a feeling, a season, a story, a state of mind. Very interesting. Very interesting.
How much better is that than like a Figma t-shirt, a Figma short sleeve t-shirt?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I agree.
It's like there's levels to this. There's levels to this whole thing. And like, if you do some really nice curated merch as part of your company, that's an opportunity for you to be cool.
You know, they did Pink's window services, Cody Sanchez's thing here in Austin. They did Pink's. Did you know that Dinner Service did Pink's?
No.
Yeah, they did.
Gas.
It's gas. I'm looking at the Pink's collab right now. It's gas. It's gas. It's gas.
Gas.
Yeah. Wow. Dinner Service New York. Maybe we need a little Cowboy merch. Wouldn't be bad. Wouldn't be bad. Moving forward here before a moment of Zen, ladies and gentlemen, let us talk about the one and only Universal Ads. If your growth is plateauing on search and social, it is time to rethink TV. Universal Ads makes it simple for D2C brands to run TV campaigns designed for performance without the usual guesswork or overhead. You get access to both premium streaming and linear inventory all in the one place, and you're reaching net new target audiences, not in the same crowded feeds that we're all spending our ad dollars on today. No hidden markups or fees. 100% of your spend goes to the actual media and campaign setup management. Feels just like search and social. Be up and running in minutes. It's TV designed to deliver for performance marketers. Go to universalads.com. Use the code UACowboy. Get $1,500 in matched ad credits. TV is back, and it's going to be, in many cases, like sometimes 3 to 5 times cheaper than what you're getting on Meta. Go work with Universal Ads. Many thanks for them being part of this show. Now, moment of Zen, words of wisdom from you before we exit today's illustrious episode. This comes to us by way of Chris Orzy, and he said $100 million offers type shite. This is a signboard from Lavazza, and it says buy any 2 coffees. There's no deal. You can just buy 2 coffees. Words of wisdom as we exit this episode. Colin Doherty.
Congrats to the U.S. for beating Australia, and rock and roll. Let's keep rocking and rolling. Let's have a great week, and there's going to be some amazing stuff.
Let us have a great week. Many thanks to Joe Fox, founder and CEO of ShotPay, SHOT, ShotPay. Many thanks to Jamil Bhuya, co-founder and head of growth at Otherhalf Studio. Many thanks to Proxima, Universal Ads, Rich Panel, Intelligence, Northbeam, Seguno, Postscript, Rocked, Aftercell, Axon by AppLovin for making this show possible. Many thanks to you for joining us. We will be back tomorrow. We will see you on the other side.